the whole kitchen back.
Oh, these
What
fucking guys?
Yeah, the thing is, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to just install and then fucking it's a drop in.
Oh, these
So
fucking
just
guys?
drop the sink in. The problem is now that like it's like what the and so essentially now they keep breaking. Apparently, the guys in the shop keep fucking up. My coworker almost had an absolute meltdown because he spent 6 hours working on a project. You know, he had to wait essentially 10 slabs to get that all fixed up and actually working. And the guys on the shop, this happened Friday. They came in and they said, "Hey, we put on the Saber Jet. You have to redo it all." And he looked at them, dead in the face, said, "You're supposed to put in the fucking fusion." Are you fucking kidding me? Like he said, "I'm not redoing it. You're gonna have to figure it out because that's either polish it by fucking hand or something else because that was not supposed to happen." So and again, so now they have to so now we have to redo it. 6 more hours down the drain, and we get more material because they already cut the materials. And
That's
the problem
crazy.
is, yeah, I mean, that's like 20 grand that they just fucked up. 20 grand. That's not a joke. Like, that's expensive material. Like, I think it was, let me find it. Some fucking
Oh
whimsical.
no, we got a little Havergate over here, dude. So
Yeah.
what's the deal? You gonna get deals on this shit or what?
Fuck no, we don't.
That's
I mean,
crazy. I feel like
You
you
know
should
what?
just build a bathroom just because. Like, fuck it.
Well, you know what I'm gonna do? Here's the thing. So the thing is, right? I get an employee discount. I get a plus 2% on it. You know,
Oh,
I
okay.
have to pay 2%
Okay.
more. You
Okay,
know,
my
we
bad.
don't get shit, but as employees here. But the thing is, like, this was this is Sky. The problem with
That
Sky
one looks
is
gnarly.
it's expensive. That's the thing. It's expensive. That was 6 pieces of Sky, dude. That's like fucking 30K. And you know what's annoying?
What?
We have to pay for it. Like, the company has to pay for it, not the customer. So because we fucked up, now we have to redo it all again. It's like, you know what I'm saying? And now we have to tell the customer, hey, you have to wait a little bit longer. And then they have to give them a good reason. Because I fucked up once, but again, this was like, I mean, here's the thing. A slab is like 115 inches by 140, I want to say.
That's a whole lot of
So,
inches.
yeah, so it's a big ass piece. But they fucked up 6 of them. How? And not only that, dude, we had to then go and like dodge the swirls because the swirls are literally like these little like fucking swirly things or whatever on the thing, and it's because it's production, but the production isn't doing it correctly in Cambria, and we have had like so much problem with it, dude. It's been a pain in my ass, you know, absolute fucking pain because because again, at the end of the day, we could waste an hour, 30 minutes to an hour on a kitchen set. Then the shop kicks it back to us saying, "Oh, you need to remake it because there's swirls here."
Gotcha.
And
That's pretty cool.
so,
So you're basically just fucking cutting up marble like a boss. Huh?
yeah, yeah,
Okay. You ever
yeah,
have to
dude.
get anyone's ass?
I've never gotten to get on anyone's ass. I know my manager has. I know Tim, my other coworker, has. Dave doesn't really talk much. Slash, he's just. I mean, Dave's like the smartest one, but he's a smart ass as well. But you know, me, I just try to do what I'm trying. I'm trying to do my job. It's because, again, I've never like lashed at anyone, but there have been times where it's really fucking annoying where I get the same drawing like 3 times, and I'm told, "Oh yeah, the customers had a dream and they changed it."
Gotcha.
We have a fucking customer. I'm not gonna say his name because I don't even know fuck. I don't know what his name is.
Fucking say his name, Kyle.
I think it was Monroe or some shit. That's I think his last name was Monroe or something. I don't remember 100%. But the thing is, this motherfucker would call us saying, "Oh hey, I had a dream last night. I want to change my design."
I had a dream.
Yep, he had a fucking dream, dude. No joke. I had a dream last night. Okay, did it have squirrels or some shit? Because, oh, you want to change your whole design from Sky to fucking White Cliff? Are you shitting me, dude? And the thing is, like, we'll do it, and we're doing all the programming and everything. Oh yeah, gotta reprogram it now. Because so how it works is it's not like we can just do one layout because we have those dumbass squirrels, not the squirrels, the swirls. We have the different toning because again, like what you see right here on the computer isn't like that's sky.
Yeah,
The problem is that's not a whole
cool.
that's not a whole slab.
That's just showing you
That's
the
just
color
showing you
scheme.
what. Yeah, but the thing is though, with Cambria, sometimes it's darker, sometimes it's lighter, and it has to match. And that's the biggest pain in my ass. Like I'll spend like an hour on stuff that doesn't match and try fucking everything.
That's
And
real.
then it's like it gets brutal. But again, like I enjoy it, believe it or not. It's just it's the little things, and those are like little compared to like what else I've dealt with before. It's just I have to be up like 4:30 in the morning.
What time do you get out?
I got 2:30.
Okay, that's not too bad then.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Get your whole afternoon to do stuff. You can get out, go on a date, get your hair cut, shower, shave.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay, what time do you go to bed at night?
Fucking 8. I'll push it to fucking 10.
Push
sometimes.
it to 10.
Dude, like, I know, right? It sounds so insane. Right?
Kyle, you're getting old, dude.
I know, I feel like a boomer. I miss the times where I stay up to like 3 in the morning and have to work the next day.
It's okay. I've been going to bed sometimes at like 9, like a bum, and then the past few nights, I've been pushing the limit on work nights, just staying up again like I used to. I stayed up the other night on work night till like almost 2.
Jesus.
I don't gotta get up till 7. I wish I could just sleep like a solid 5 hours without having to wake up to piss or being startled by a noise. That would just be all I would need. But we've been recording for a little bit right now, talking about your marble out here, a little sky action going on, dude. I'm happy to see that things are going well. I mean, I didn't even know you got fired from that job. That sucks.
Yeah, it's just it's
over nonsense. It's not like it's your fault.
If anything, it's just they just put down for incompetence because like, I'm sorry,
I can't sue their asses,
dude. It's like. The thing that's annoying is, back to that job, is, again, I understand the whole thing of them giving me a shot and everything, and I understand and appreciate it. It's just, in the end of the day...
Right, they put you in a position where you might or might not have succeeded, and they knew that.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. They knew it. And it's like, I understand, they could have liked me, but...
Of course.
I'm like, fucking what? At that time, I was 24, 25, 23, I want to say. I turned 25 this year. But, like... The thing is, I didn't have that, like, I didn't have that expertise. I didn't go to school for networking. I didn't go to school for cybersecurity. I went to school for business administration, And I threw my shot out there because I'm like, you know what? Best thing to say is no,
Right.
And so it kind of screwed me over. And then they brought me in.
Whatever.
Big fuck you to me, and it's like, okay, cool.
Fuck those guys.
Oh no, I sometimes drive by there because my new job's near it. I'll sometimes drive by there and I'll just scream out like, "Go fuck yourself."
You do not.
No, I do. I fucking do.
Yo, this dude's crazy.
I fucking Scott.
Burn in hell.
No, Scott, the fucking CEO. I was outside and I told him to fuck himself.
Yo.
I was not happy that day.
Fucking Kyle out here fucking wild. But this is the Keeping It G Real podcast. Jesus. We're back with the former 2-time guest of the year.
Jesus. Is it 2 times?
2-time. 2-time. Not 5-time. You'll probably get there. Because you are the most popular person to ever come on this podcast. It's like you and Anton. Everyone likes Anton. Everyone likes you.
Yeah, I'm just a resident fucking nerd.
But the 2 times I made a poll back when I had Facebook about who do you guys think's guest here, and I laid out all the contestants. You won very marginally. Like, you won marginally, and Anton was in second place, and then Anton won marginally over who the third selection was.
Yeah.
By the way, I still got to make a plaque for you for those 2 times, so I got to remember that. So I can't hear you.
Here,
oh, okay, gotcha. I can hear you now. But yeah, Keep It G Real podcast. You know what it is. I'm here with my boy Kyle. We're gonna talk about video games. We haven't done a podcast talking about the state of video games in a while. And basically, what I did was on another webpage, I pulled up a list of all the shit that's been coming, that's gonna be supposedly coming out.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, no one can fucking finish a game nowadays, which I know you know the ins and outs of a lot of that stuff. And so I'll let you go on
Oh
your rants about
God.
that. And I could only go on a rant about that being someone who's a consumer. I don't know the intricacies and some of the things that you know on the tech and the
Yeah,
development side,
I've
and
done a lot with
you know more about these places that make these games than
yeah.
I do. So does Spencer. I'm always coming from a place of consumer, a hardcore die-hard gamer. You know, I'm coming from that angle.
Fucking
But still, I mean, from completing a fucking game, like, we'll
yeah.
start with that. We'll start with that. Like, by the way, Chad is going to be getting in here. My buddy Freddie, who games, might be in here. Actually, I got to send Freddie the
Hmm.
link. Speak to. Speak to. Speak. Sorry, I was texting Spencer. Speak to like a lot of these games lately that have been coming out not complete. But
Oh
like you'll always
shit.
most games. Okay, so most let's get the
So
bug thing out of the way real quick. Most games will have bugs in them, no matter how good they are. For
yeah.
the most part, like rarely do you ever have a game come
So
out and just. But what do you think it is with these companies just thinking it's okay to take 60, $70 from us? And the game's unfinished or doesn't have content in it. Like, what's that about
it's
lately? It's a new thing.
it's the culture. So because of the power of PC and with Minecraft and other games that are constant work in progress that have been really successful, like we'll use Minecraft for example. Minecraft came out, all you could do is place a block and jump. There wasn't no food, no nothing. That's and that was it. And to some people that was like, well, it's fucking groundbreaking, the whole like redstone, all their bullshit, and people mastering that. Now, it was kind of a slow thing because what happened was is if you also get things like Fortnite, which I'm poking at, probably one of the like most hated games of the first game came out.
I never
Fortnite,
played it. It just didn't look like something that was interesting to me.
it's not like my style of anything, and to some people they fucking love it. I'm not gonna bash them. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
explaining. The main thing
I mean, I'll
with
say it looks like it sucks, but I mean, people like it.
the thing with Fortnite is so change is always constant. Change is always gonna keep happening. Sometimes like just like with Warcraft, Destiny, games that are live paid services, such as like Destiny takes $60 from us. All right, okay, I grind this gun. It's really good. In about a month, it's trash because they changed it. It's the culture of things are people are more acceptable of change than they are of than they were before because back in the day
Changes
with
just in
PlayStation One
general, not good
with play,
changes.
yeah, again, and with PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, you didn't have the capacity to update it. You had to either re-release it or you had to just you shipped it out. It's gone. You can't do anything else to it because it didn't have that capability. Now when a developer fucks up, they can fix it and then re-update it. And with that, AAA companies like Activision, Blizzard, a lot of those games, like the new Overwatch, like the in quotations new Overwatch came out, and all they really did was just they put more maps, add more characters, they rebalanced them, redid them, and there's still bugs. I mean, look at the new fucking 2K. LeBron got fucking perma fucking removed till they fix a fatal bug in him, and it's like, how does that happen? And to be honest with you, it's because there's a culture of I'll deal with it later, you know? Because to some people, deadlines, 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 and I mean, look at No Man's Sky. Let's use that.
Deadlines. Yeah.
That and with No Man's Sky, a perfect example of that is for the fact that No Man's Sky originally had this huge, like, ginormous, like, vision of the game. Space battles, other bullshit, like you can do whatever crafting. You go from there, and from there you would have you continue on, but when it first came out, it was absolute dog shit, and people felt lied to because again, like the main creator of the game was like, yeah, we're gonna do this or do that, But again, like the main creator of the game, he's not a speaker. A lot of people that make this shit are very introverted and they're not really into like they're not really they're not people.
Someone just tried to get in here.
Yeah, I don't know. But I guess like the main thing is to like end this rant so it doesn't come like into a full circle. Is again, people are more accepting of it, but it's the fact that people want to see something happen, and then some people are very impatient, and the culture of just putting things, because again, like if you look at Steam, there's a lot of games that are like Steam library or early access. Early access in it is an excuse to have a game that's buggy as all hell come out that's really bad. And in my opinion, if you're gonna have a game come out that's buggy, I understand that. It's like code. I've fucked with code before. Code's never gonna be perfect until you test every single possible way of doing it. And sometimes you can't think of every way, you know? So I guess my final thing would be it's the culture that has been developing over years with computers, with consoles now having internet access, and just the way that in reality games are getting to a point where you don't really own them. I mean, think about it, right? You get banned from Call of Duty, you're banned.
Yo, I never even thought of that.
Again, when you buy a game, you accept terms of service, and I actually sat down one time, read the whole thing, and again, you don't actually own the game. You're buying a ticket to play the game because because a server. So when you play a single player game, it's like it's like with it's like with fucking what's that game that I fucking used to play? It's like a fucking single player game that you would mod the fuck out. You would change everything until you do whatever you want with it because it didn't have internet access. You can't fuck with anyone else's things. But what happened is there are really smart people out there that are assholes that, want to fuck with everyone else. Like Grand Theft Auto, for instance. People will hack that, give themselves $1 billion, get to the whole lobby, and everyone gets banned. So the thing is,
what do you think about the fact that now all of these companies put a lot of shit behind paywalls, pay to play, season passes, making it so you incrementally have to go through the game where like people are paying to get advantages on games, like, and then on top of that, like a lot of people have been freaking out lately because games were being done incomplete.
Yeah,
the Call of Duty launch was ass. Like it's basically Modern Warfare, the 2019 game. It's basically that with better graphics and like the gunplay solid. The guns are punchy. The gun models are great. Outside of that, like I don't think the game is really all that great, and there's just not a lot of content in it. They didn't put your stats in it, battle record. I don't like user interface. Like the way you earn your attachments is all over the place. Like why can't they just make like a new why don't they just be like Call of Duty, make the gameplay good, make it arena style. Like it's about like the gameplay is driving me nuts because it's like it's supposed to be. So I feel like Call of Duty is supposed to be a cross between a milsim and an arena shooter. You should be able to play some Call of Duty. You can play wicked fast and rush, and everyone loves that. Dead Silence, all that shit.
Yeah.
But the new one is more going towards like kind of like the milsim type shit, where higher time to kill, which is fine, and stuff like that. But it's just like I feel like the game's not balanced enough for people to enjoy it. It's like a sweaty camp fest. But like I'm using Call of Duty as an example because the game didn't come out. The box finished after 3 years with over, like they said, they had 3,000 people on it working, which that's probably a tax write-off. There's probably not 3,000 people fucking working on it. And like they just put a game, they put a game out you could have done in less time. And then we'll get it to you. We'll make fixes. We'll get it to you. It's like my brother paid $70 for that game, and it's hollow. I've been grinding on it just to get my guns ready for Warzone. I wouldn't say I'm having the best experience. It just feels like a game that's incomplete.
Again, and that's where I guess like because we'll get on the subject you brought up with the whole like our transactions all bullshit. I guess like with Call of Duty coming out hollow is it's the problem with those kinds of games. So there's a lot of titans I like to say that's out there like World of Warcraft. So if we were to like say titans of video games, one of the things that instantly pops up in my head is Call of Duty. Mm-hmm. Call of Duty's been around so long. It's been such a pillar, and it's taken a lot of inspiration from Wolfenstein, Doom, and all those other bullshit fucking games that, like, that it's and even Quake, that it says, you know what, like you said, They want a military simulation shooter where it's arena as well. So the thing is, the problem with it being hollow is the fact that it's become just like with our culture now. It's okay. We're allowing, I guess, just people in general just allowing this to happen because in the end of the day, what really matters to Activision is their shareholders. They want to make sure they get money. They want to make sure they're making. I mean, that's why they got rid of. So, you know why Activision doesn't work with Destiny anymore? You know why they got rid of it?
Why?
It didn't bring in enough profit. That's the thing. It didn't bring in a good enough profit for their shareholders. That's why they finally said, "All right, Bungie, if you want to buy it back from us, we'll do it right now." But the thing is, Activision held them by the balls because Activision is like deadlines, and they would give them impossible deadlines to meet because again, in this world, so the thing is with game development, there's a couple ways. So it's not like there's no like full-time position with like a game development studio. There's like your contractor, and the thing is those contractors like you make a fucked up money. But it's absolute utter hell because you're getting bombarded with you need to do this, 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 you need to be on time. You know, like you need to be essentially you're eating, shitting, and sleeping this project you're working on. You know, so and again, like to this culture, it's we are very at that point where I want to say, like when they came out Hollow, I can't seem really surprised with it. With just how the last games have been. And I'm surprised it didn't come out. I haven't heard anything about like skins and anything yet.
There's just we're just using Call of Duty's example.
Yeah.
There's some staples in that game of things that like just need to be there, and you don't need to overcomplicate certain things. Like, listen, I think we all know by now, Call of Duty hasn't been really fantastic, since like the early. Like probably like around the early 2000 teens, like
I haven't fucking
2010 to like 2014, somewhere in that range.
Best Call of Duty I ever fucking played is Black Ops 1.
Yeah, I like
that one.
I like
without the zombies, just multiplayer experience, without the bullshit.
I like the original Modern Warfare 2, and I like Black Ops 1 and 2. I get shit because I actually liked. Is it Infinite Warfare? You can run on walls and jump through the air?
Yeah, it was Infinite Warfare.
Because I love that, like, fucking arena, high-flying, fucking all over the place shit. Dudes hate it, but it adds a layer to the game I like.
Well, again, but I think, like, during that time, it wasn't... I guess, like, to put in perspective, like, the thing that really came from that is... There's a game that came out before called Titanfall that you could do that same shit, too. The problem is like either I guess like for me personally,
Titanfall was wild. Titanfall's solid.
I love Titanfall. Titanfall 1 and 2 is fantastic, but fucking the thing that it's just annoying is just you think about it, and I guess like to put it in perspective in the best way I can with my answer on it is there. I guess like I just think it was personally I was okay with it. It didn't really stand out to me. That's the thing. Like these Call of Duty games never stand out to me. It's never like, oh, let's play this game. Like I have a bunch of games. Like I have over 600 fucking games in my Steam account, and anything like over there, I probably it's a huge ass bin. I have so much fucking to pick from that I overwhelm myself. But the thing is like this. It's just all those games. If I feel like I want to play something and I scroll through and I see something, oh yeah, I'll play this. Boom, it's interesting to me. But with Call of Duty, like, I play Modern Warfare. I would probably never go past Modern Warfare, the first one. Because with Modern Warfare 2, why do it all over again just because from what I've seen, like you said, everything's all over the place. It just seems hollow. Why would I want to do that again? When I could just play something more invested in, And again, change is good, but it needs to improve on the original material. In my opinion, for me to like really say, hey, I'm gonna go do this, because I guess like to get into like what I fucking do in my pastime is like I fuck with like with GTA 5 mods and all that kind of shit. I just do development work.
Well, at least one thing you could say about Rockstar, you always get a finished product with those motherfuckers, and obviously they work forever on shit, right?
Well, you get shit that's what it takes.
Yeah, that's what it takes. Like, I would assume Rockstar's like the richest video game company. They have to be.
Probably worth
now with fucking GTA Online, which isn't even all that good. You know how much money they make from GTA Online? Because people are just living their lives vicariously in that game. They have to be the biggest earners.
So they bring in, so Rockstar's on a new subscription service, blah, blah, don't care. Grand Theft Auto 5 still makes $15K every 10 minutes.
15K every 10 minutes. Type in the richest video game companies, or however you want to word that. See if they give you like a top 10 list. Rockstar's got to be number one. And they're one of the only companies that take a while and take a long time. When their games come out from a gameplay standpoint and a graphic standpoint, those games come out fucking perfect. There isn't a lot of glitches. They run smooth.
I got a list right here.
Like, listen, I'm not joking. That's what I talked about this a while back. We'll fire up Grand Theft Auto 5 just to play the story, even though we've beaten it a handful of times, just to have a smooth, fun gameplay experience. We can run around in a world and just do badass shit because it just runs so amazing. I don't got to worry about it looking like shit or fucking up or there being glitches or fucking anything like that.
Here's the crazy thing, though, too. Right? You got to think about this, right? The story mode came out in 2015 on the Xbox 360.
Man, 7 years ago already.
Seven, dude.
Dude, they better deliver. The only
GTA 6 is gonna be crazy because
they better not fuck it up with political shit, man. I need a nitty gritty GTA game, man. Don't be fucking around with don't be pulling on my heartstrings, because that's the other thing. The one place you would have thought would never go that direction is going that direction. Like, they edited a lot of the dialogue in GTA 5 now, right?
No, not really.
Because it's insensitive.
Who gives a shit?
If you go play GTA 5, a lot of the awesome dialogue and jokes and stuff in there are altered or taken out because they're insensitive.
And like the main characters, you said?
Yes, you play the story mode. Probably like 80% of what they took out is Trevor. Like, Trevor makes like tranny jokes in it, and like that was like a big crux of the whole entire thing. And he says a lot of gay shit to his two little buddies there.
But again, that's Trevor. That's his character.
That's
he's
his
a complete
character.
Fucking psychopath.
He's a fucking nut job.
He's unstable. So,
and that's my worry is like, man, let me tell you something. People need to learn from this Saints Row release. Because that game is like a fucking woke hellfest, and the writing is so bad. I watched like a 30-minute clip of dudes putting in like dialogue from the game, and it's like, who the fuck wrote this? Who wrote this game?
Someone who's woke. And again, like a lot of the people it's a culture thing. It turns into like people are now being more sensitive. And again, like I'm not gonna bash anybody for what they decide.
No, people can do whatever they want. They do.
Yeah, they do whatever they want. In the end of the day, we're people. But the thing is, don't bring your political gender bullshit into my games. I'm sorry, but the thing is, if you don't like a game, don't fucking play it.
I'm cool with it being in there, but there's a way to do that shit with fucking taste and not muddy a fucking game down.
Yeah, here's the thing, like. There's nothing wrong with, again, having a transgender character. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with having a gay character. Look at Cyberpunk, dude. That shit's full of it. And here's the thing, they do it in the way that I feel like it's correct. They're never hyper focused on it.
Like for example, I do get a little like roll my eyes when guys don't want to play as girl characters. But there's ways that you could play. Like for example, rumor is GTA 6 is coming out. And it's going to have two characters you could switch back and forth between, a guy and a girl.
Yeah.
Now,
who cares?
Right, which is fine. The only thing I don't like about that is, and I know it's a video game, but GTA is a game that's grounded in the real world. Yeah, you could do insane shit that's like fucking would be like impossible to pull off in a lot of different ways. But, like, it's supposed to be grounded on the planet with, like, a realistic undertone and background to it. So, like, there's realistic ways to do it. Like, I'm not a fan of, like, for example, remember, what are the video games we like there? Uncharted. Like, you know how much I roll my eyes when, like, that Nadine chick is just beating the shit out of Nathan Drake and his brother? Like, I would hit Nadine and she'd be fucking in the hospital. Like, I'd hit her once and she'd be in the hospital. Those two guys, throughout the duration of our game, that whole thing are like badass, fist fighting, grown men, killing dudes and shit. And Nadine's like, comes in and she's like, so here's my thing. For example, there's ways you can make it realistic and you can have women and shit, all that stuff. Like, for example, you want to know what I would do if I was making GTA, right? And you had a girl and a guy protagonist? I would have shit like, girl's not as good as fist fighting as guy. Maybe girl's health bar is lower than guy. But maybe the girl's like more intuitive, more intelligent, maybe better with a gun, maybe a better drive. Something, you know what I'm saying? There's ways to do it because like it is kind of wild to roll. She's supposed to be like this skinny, like Hispanic chick. It is going to be wild to roam fucking Miami and just beat the shit out of 5 dudes with a girl. Like, it's just not, it's hard to beat up 5. You can't beat 5 dudes up as a man.
Yeah, no, it's
I just think there's ways to do it. I'm not necessarily like, oh, I don't want, like, do whatever you want to do. But the whole, like, you could tell when shit's forced, You just tell when shit's forced and when shit's, like, going so politically one way that it's, like, fucking corny and annoying no matter what way. But that's what I like about GTA back in the day. It's like, make fun of everyone. I don't care. Well, fucking make fun of everybody.
Equilibrium, it's the equal shit thing. It's like Filthy Frank fucking said it best. He hates it, I treat everyone like shit because I hate everyone, Like, that's the thing.
What up, Chad?
What's up, Chad?
What's up, baby? We're in here talking about gaming. Yeah, so like there's just ways to do it, but like I'm just so sick of this trend where games are coming out incomplete, man.
I don't mind it. Yeah, I don't mind the female characters, and that's not a problem. It reminds me of the fucking back in the day.
That's not what you said. That's not what you said in the early podcast. Back in the
day. No, that's what I'm trying to say.
The early podcast, you're like, fuck these hoes, dude.
The funny thing is this, again, like, I have no fucking problem with it. It's just, like you said, it has to make sense.
Yeah, it's got to make sense.
Again, like, just like it goes back to storytelling. Every story has to have a cohesive foundry.
And every rose has a thorn.
Yeah, exactly. And again, no hero or fucking... It's like fucking... If you look at example Spider-Man by Stan Lee. Stan Lee wanted to make a character who was based on, this... He was a teenager, he had his own problems, he had actual issues. Like, he dealt with bullshit all day, and he was a superhero in his free time, And the thing is, his fucking... the producers or like the publishers hated it because like no one's gonna like it, no one wants that. But then he put it out and everyone liked it because it was an actual character. And again, if they put out stuff like, they put out stuff with females that are fucking amazing. I don't remember, I'm trying to think of one right now, but like there are really good female characters out there. It's just the writing needs to be there for it to be a good character. That's
when it comes to like superhero shit, everything's out the window.
Superhero shit, it's just
everything's out the window. You could have a superhuman dude, superhuman chick, people can fucking fly.
But that's the thing though too. That world also has to have rules. There can't just be like, oh, they just magically become invincible. Oh, they just magically dodge a bullet. Like.
Yeah, I mean, there's a story behind it. Like Spider-Man gets bit by the spider. Superman, I don't know, he's fucking born on another fucking whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, there's just rules, but with the whole like what you're saying with the unfinished shit, again, there's so many different things you can interpret it as. You can say, oh, they're doing it to get more money. Oh, they're doing it because they want to fucking bug test it. Oh, I mean, because again, there's a lot in the world of the game of development. It's a lot more.
Another thing I feel bad for. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, go for it.
I feel bad for the actual staff that have to make these games too.
Oh,
you 3 years to make this new Call of Duty, then they put it out with not everything everyone wants in it and says, "Oh, we'll make changes." These people don't get a fucking break. It's like then it's around the clock working to make patches and downloads for everyone. It's like, God fucking damn it! The more I learn about that field of expertise, that craft, I'm like. I always thought to myself, it'd be cool to be like, make video games or write gaming and shit, but like, I would never work 60, 70 hours a week to make a game, I'll tell you that much. It takes some dedication.
It's a dedication thing, but the worst part about all of it is it's just, the problem is this, right? So I have a friend who actually, he's a bug tester for EA, and the thing is, he works constantly. Like I talked to him, he's working constantly. Because
Oh, I
again,
would
like
play
he
video
has the
games.
manager all the
Professional
fucking
video
time.
game tester? If you
Oh yeah,
paid me
no.
enough money to do that, I'd do
Well,
that.
here's the thing though. You have to like write everything down. There's NDAs and all that shit. Like he can't tell me nothing. Like he literally says, if I tell you like even one P what I'm working on, I can get soon lose everything.
You can get fucking shadow banned.
Nah,
Fucking
dude. Well,
shit bomb your router.
No, dude. Shadow ban's a real thing. Like so,
Shit
how it
bomb your
happens is
router.
if you actually say you fuck up an NDA, right? Not only you fucked up your whole career, no one's want to work with you ever again. Every company, like here's the thing, Sony, Microsoft, all these big companies, they talk. Like they talk somehow. And, it's not just, oh, we hate each other. No, like they talk communicative in their HR departments, they do. So if you fuck up one thing, so like if you break that seal preemptively, I mean, did you hear that God of War Ragnarok's been getting sold early? Like some people have ripped open the NDA
What?
and they're just selling it. Yeah. There's been like 2 weeks before it was supposed to come out, people start selling it. There's a GameStop somewhere. I don't know what the fuck they did, but they started just selling it. And, you know, and again, like that's highly illegal.
That's
because,
crazy.
yeah, and I mean, you gotta think about it. Whoever opened that they got fired, and now they're never and now their name's written down somewhere. So if they had a career, they had an idea of going to that career field of gaming or whatever, it's not gonna happen. Like anything like say you become a streamer, get big, they're never gonna work with them. Because why would they want to work with someone who's going to break their seal?
Right.
And that's what a shadow ban is, or some sort of ban.
Fucking, I'm gonna shadow ban you, dude.
Oh, trust I shadow ban
Speaking
myself.
of shadow bans, what's up there, Bills, Bets, and Beers, dude?
Oh, not much. I just did some groceries and crap today, pretty much.
Word, you gonna put a video out? Did you put a video out for this Sunday's bets already?
Yeah, I post.
Okay. Was that the last one you posted?
Yeah, I recorded it at like 7 something this morning,
Gotcha.
and then I just posted it.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I'm gonna have to go take a look at that.
I looked back and realized that I've been putting like one out every day for like 2 weeks now.
No, dude, you have to. You got to keep going. I'm busy between like gym stuff and work. I can't believe I've managed to put out a power ranking every single week. I don't know if I want to put a power ranking out next week because we're gonna pod for like a mid-season pod for football.
Yeah.
I might skip next week and then do it the following week, so I'm gonna have to do a lot of extra work. Because we're gonna talk about all the teams anyways. It's the halfway point. But yeah, Kyle and I have basically been talking about, and I don't know how much you really pay attention to this. I know you're busy, you got kids, and you try to game when you can. But like Chad, just like us, grew up gaming. What we started talking about was, thinking about all the different ways that like these games lately, it's been a trend. Probably like, I don't know, Kyle, how far back do you want? 5, 6, 7 years, something like that.
It's been.
Games are just coming out incomplete.
The big one was No Man's Sky. That was the big one that everyone saw. Because again, we're looking all the way back at Minecraft, dude. Minecraft before like it became what it is now. Where like they have like fucking so much into it that doesn't matter. But like Minecraft, and when it first came out, it was just a walking simulator, dude. I mean, look at fucking Death Stranding.
Well, I think for the bigger games, I think they come out incomplete is because the people who are putting these dates on to get these things finished aren't the ones doing anything with it.
No, it's the publishers.
So they say, hey,
publishers are doing that.
Let's have a new game out in 2 years because that's what this contract says over here with this guy. So we have to have it out by this point. And then these people are putting all these hours to put the game in. And realistically, if they maybe had 2.5 years or like maybe 2 or 3 more months to actually properly finish it and properly bug test it, then they could. But they're cut to these short timelines that they know they can't. That they probably can't meet, and they're just pushing it because it's like the whole it's like the new iPhones. Do you think they're like, oh, we can't have actually properly the best version of the iPhone we want for this year? We're just gonna push it back another year. Hell no. They're gonna say, let's push out one. We're just gonna make it multiple colors and maybe just take a port away and we're good to go.
Yeah.
So, I explained this to Evan a while before. So essentially, we're looking back at a game called Destiny. Don't know your thoughts on it. I don't. It
I
doesn't matter. It's a grind game, if
I
anything.
only played the
yeah,
PvP. I
my
played
brother
the
played.
regular portion of it, and I thought it
Yeah.
sucked. But keep going.
So what are you gonna say, Chad?
My brother-in-law's played that. They grinded that shit all the time doing Destiny.
So the
Didn't
thing,
Destiny 2 come out recently,
yeah,
or
Destiny 2. It's been out. The thing is, so this is what's going on with it. Destiny 2, Destiny, the first one, was originally owned by Bungie, and well, it used to be owned by Bungie, but it was published by Activision, who at the time had a exclusivity contract with PlayStation. That's why they had all that PlayStation exclusive crap to it. Because it used to be to Xbox, but Microsoft didn't do the contract. So I don't know on that part. The thing is, like you said, it is the production, it is the producers or the publishing team that has the connections to GameStop and all that who are going to be pushing this. And again, the thing is, it
Oh,
comes
okay.
down to them.
Real quick,
Yeah.
I pulled up a list here to try to refresh my memory. First, it's like top 15 games that came incomplete. The first one on it is Destiny. So keep going.
So the thing is, Destiny, again, it had a vision, but exactly you said, Chad, was they didn't have that time.
How do I do that thing you
Activision
did,
is
Kyle?
like, what? Share your screen?
Yeah.
Look, if you go, so look to your bottom left, you see where it says video connected?
Bottom left.
Bottom left, yes. Here, I'll just share my screen.
Share. Oh, share your screen. Hold on a
Yeah,
second.
see, it's like right.
Okay,
It's this
undo
middle
yours.
one. Yep.
but yeah, I mean, and also sometimes they could even say, "Hey, you know what? We're moving up the release date 2 months because we talked to our marketing people and they said, hey, this would be the best time to put the video game out."
Oh, absolutely. They do that all fucking time. The thing is that here's the main thing that it also gets to. It's their fucking shareholders. Because it's not a business, it's a corporation in the end of the day. Like, the thing with indie games they're not owned by a corporation, the fucking slave handlers of fucking Activision. Because Activision will literally give you like a year to make a masterpiece. But it's like you can't do that in a year. I mean, again, like look at Destiny. Again, that game came out so empty, unfinished, and
And such
PvP
a
was
big
solid though. That was the first
yeah,
game
it
I
was
had
solid. But again,
on
like
my
that's
PS4. I had the glacier white PS4 with
Oh my
Destiny, and I
God.
was like, like fucking just shooting people and shit.
Yeah, but then like
the hard part with these newer games is everything's all open world. And
oh
there
yeah,
before it was like everything had like lines to it.
Yeah,
Everything
you
had
gotta
like
condense it a little bit.
they were stuck
yeah.
in and now everything all open world where
Oh yeah.
it's I couldn't imagine like I get like probably playing the games are great, but I couldn't imagine being someone who's a programmer and a coder and then getting put into that scenario and being like, "Hey guys, we're going open world now." It's like, huh, what do you mean?
Yeah,
I barely do
it's
these games until they're stuck in a box. Now
open
everything's
world is a lot harder. It's
No
like
Man's Sky.
yeah, exactly. I told you. The thing is like with no so the main thing is so switching from a linear story to an open world story is I'm not gonna say it's easier, not gonna say it's harder, but the main thing is that you have to change your whole story and how you present it differently because you would have to then start because right now for in the writing aspect of it, every character that every NPC you walk up to talk to, get a request from, that is a character in
What is
itself.
it?
So you have to write it out. Who is it? What do they do? At least a small backstory, nothing serious. We got to write out everything. And again, like that writing can take like a day, by how they want, like, because again, like, as people, because again, like, the main thing is this: we live in a world where now we expect a lot for $60 fucking. That's a half $100. We could do a fuck ton with that much. In some places, not in New York. It's fucking. It's like fucking. It costs like 10 grand to fucking breathe air here in total. You know.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, Halo Master Chief Collection. I remember that having a
Oh my
shitty
god.
launch. I know you know about that. What was the deal with that? It just ran like shit.
I don't know 100%. It was just I didn't really have it at launch. I heard about it. A lot of it was just bad servers, bad connectivity, and just bad gameplay overall, from what I heard.
This
So they had to
alien
rebuild.
Colonial Marines.
Never fucking played
Dude,
it.
that game got launched and it was legitimately unplayable. I remember that. I rented it or something, or maybe I got it like on, or maybe I tried to play it on like a fucking streaming service or something. And it fucking, dude, it is so messed up. You can't even barely play the game.
Gamefly, remember that shit?
Yeah, but was it on Gamefly? I don't fucking know.
Dude, didn't you fucking have Gamefly at one point?
Yeah, so I had Gamefly. I had Gamefly for a little bit, and so Gamefly was actually pretty sweet at the time because, so what I would do with Gamefly is I would rent whatever shooter the guys and I were playing, like Call of Duty, Battlefield, or whatever. So what you could do is I'd pay for 2 slots. It was $10 a month for a slot, which means you can have one game, right? As long as you want. And I thought to myself, well, at the time I was buying a lot of games, and I was like, why would I spend $60 a pop and beat all the games I beat in a calendar year? There was a time where I was beating a lot of games in the calendar year. So if you think about it, say I beat 20 games in a calendar year. I've done that. Multiply that by 60, right? That's a lot of money. When I can pay $20 to rent any 2 games I want out at a time, times that by 12, it's only $240. So it's a value. So I would rent whatever shooter we're all playing, and then I'd use the other slot to swap, just beat a game that I know I can beat, send it back. Beat a game I know I can beat, send it back. Beat a game, and it was just cheaper for me at the time. But you had to like take care of the disc.
Holy shit!
But now I only buy digital. I don't buy hard copies anymore unless a game was truly like going to be like epic. I would never buy a hard copy anymore.
I'll share my screen right now. What I'm looking at right now. I actually found that they're selling Modern Warfare 2 on Steam, and
okay.
The price is $70.
Yeah, I feel bad. Spencer paid for it, and I have half the mind to just send him a Venmo for like $30, just because I feel his pain. Well, I don't know how much he likes it or not. I wanted him to come on.
I have friends who really like it. It's just I look at him like I'm not into that. Also, have you fucking played this by any chance, bro?
Pull it up.
Metal Hellsinger, bro.
I gotta watch it. I gotta click it.
Dude, you gotta look at this, man. You have to play this. This shit's fucking awesome. Like, it's got ginger in it.
What is it?
It's essentially like a rhythm shooter.
A rhythm shooter?
Yeah, so you ever played Doom before?
Yeah.
Yeah, so think of it like you shoot with the beat.
Oh, I mean, I don't necessarily have to shoot with the beat to be effective in the game.
Well, no, you have to.
So like, is it you're playing the song?
It's a rhythm shooter. Yeah, you're playing the song, and as you get these combos and shit, the song gets more filled. Like Ginger was featured on one of it.
What song?
Fuck, gotta find it. I have to find it here in a minute. I'm not gonna pull it up.
Yeah, they're hard. You don't have to do anything, but
Ginger's hard. All of a sudden, it's heavy metal. It's all heavy metal. I love it. It's a fucking Dissolution is one of the songs in there, and it's just a fucking fantastic song.
But yeah, so like I just feel like it's just kind of annoying. They just be pumping out these games, and they're just not.
We're in a time where quantity is more important than quality, man.
It's crazy to me. I'm like, everything's behind a paywall. It's bullshit. Like, I can't even it really. Honestly, it's really killing most of the sports games. Like, all we want, I haven't bought Madden this year because I want a Madden game that's immersive. The gameplay's good.
You want to play football,
dude? That's all I want. Make the gameplay good at least, and then make the franchise mode immersive. I don't give a fuck about fucking MUT. I don't care. I'm not trying to play people online. That's like half of the people that fucking buy the game is they want franchise to be good. Dude, I've been buying all kinds of random like startup football games on Steam, like Axis Football 2023, because they're just doing things that like we want in the football community. And it's just not, same thing with, as much as I love FIFA, the gameplay is solid on FIFA. The graphics and the presentation's great on FIFA. But it's not immersive at all. Like, it's just not immersive. Like, franchise mode on that game fucking sucks. Like, it's just no depth to it. You say something, Chad?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, like, for like looking at how like the world of like gaming in a small sense, like building games, I still love the movie Grandma's Boy, dude, because that shit,
Say that
even
again.
though it's just Grandma's Boy,
What?
Grandma's Boy.
it
Fuck
was
is
like a
that?
movie like smoking weed, where like the
Oh,
guys
yeah.
like they tested video games and all that shit all the time, and it
Mm.
was like they were trying to rush a product out that wasn't actually ready. And like the guy saying, "Oh yeah, it's almost ready," because like he has to have the new one out in a short period of time,
Mhm.
And it's like
Yeah.
people get underneath those stresses all the time. I can imagine how it actually is in real life to do
It's
that
fucking.
crap.
It's from what I hear from what I've looked into, and from people actually I know that work in the industry. It depends because you're either really good with the stress and you're really good with like work, but you have to know what the fuck you're doing. That's the main thing.
Yeah.
You can be
See,
good
as
at
a
the fuck you
tester,
do. You can be good at what you do.
you're not worried about creating. You're worried
Oh
about
yeah.
just testing and fixing
Oh
bugs.
yeah. You
Or
gotta
like
think of
it's
every
like being a book writer and saying, "Oh, when's your next book coming out?" As soon as you finish one that took you 5 years, it's like I have no goddamn idea, but you have to give some sort of answer. You know what I mean? So you
Oh yeah.
say within probably four or so years, maybe I'm currently writing my new one, but they're probably not. They have to say something because they always have to be creating something at that point.
Oh
Like
yeah.
even they just
I
finished
mean,
something and can't
look at
celebrate.
fucking look at our overlord J.K. Rowling. You know, our wizard or what is it? Fucking I almost said Wizard of Oz. Our Harry Potter overlord. You know, she's always constantly doing shit. I think I don't know. She's weird. She's weird, but essentially, like, I get what you're saying though. Being a
Like,
tester and being a developer are two different things. But the main thing with being a tester is you gotta think of everything to test. Like you gotta think. It's like I guess like the best way to say it is like if I have a sword and a shield and I stab my sword and my shield, it's gonna fucking stop the sword. But you gotta think of it. What if you smack the sword behind? You gotta think of every other way to do it.
This is number one bullshit. I'll tell you
Mm.
something. I was like so annoyed. I was playing Call of Duty last night with the boys,
Mm-hmm.
and I noticed how insane the attention to detail is on that game. It's like you can make the attention to detail as great as it's ever been, but you just can't like give us a better user interface. You can't give us
Bro, I'm more interested
barracks
in
and stuff. Dude,
trees.
no, listen to me.
Yeah.
I was playing last night and I had a pistol, and I ran out of ammo with my pistol. It was a Glock. I was standing there and I dropped the clip out of my pistol, right, Chad? And it hit the floor. Then someone started shooting at me. I had to run. And the guy had the slide lock was back, the slide was back and all that stuff. He started running with the pistol. It stayed like that. And then when it finished the reload, it was like the attention to detail on the game in terms of all the mechanics is absolutely amazing. He dropped the clip, started running with an empty gun, and then when I slid up to the wall to try to cover myself, I didn't even have to click square again. He finished the clip and he finished the reload, pulled a magazine up, and popped into the gun. Normally, the old games it would like redo the whole action again.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
It'll
there's
be
just
like,
like
or you just be like,
so many crazy things in the game. It's like so you can fucking get the most amount attention to like realistic detail. It's like, but you can't just give us simple shit. Like there's just certain things in like these games that everyone
why would
loves.
we?
Like it's just
Why?
fucking.
Why? In what world would we actually give you a working game? Where are you from? Are you from Make Believe Land? Essentially, all I can say is like, I get that. That is cool. Don't get me wrong. Like that's a cool fucking thing. It's just sometimes there's. You ever heard of a thing called too much detail? There's a
Yeah,
thing called too much detail, in my opinion, and it's
I've
one of
heard of
those
it.
weird. It's one of those concepts where you're spending so much time on one thing that you're not focusing on the other things as well. You're tunnel visioned into like, I need to make the reloads look really fucking good. Okay, but what about everything else? What about
Right.
the UI? What about the whole progress? Again, like we're just talking about Call of Duty here, and there's loads of other fun games we can talk about because
Right.
like I
I
just
mean,
beat like
we'll move off what we're talking about, and what we'll do is I'm gonna pull up like just a little list here, and maybe I'll get it up on the screen. Let me see. Um, We'll just
Oh, the
run
upcoming
through.
stuff?
Yeah, we'll just run through a bunch of this upcoming stuff and talk about, what we're interested in, what you think looks cool. Dude, a lot of this shit I don't know. The chant, no one
I do a
cares. Oh my
couple of
god,
them.
Sonic Frontiers.
Hold on.
Ain't no one playing
So
Sonic anymore, man. Return
I
to
I
Monkey
think
Island.
there's I think there's a cult following to it. It's just again, it's fucking weird, you
What
know?
do you think about God of War? You want to hear something funny about God of War?
Oh God, what
Remember,
now?
remember the rant we went on about God of War back
Oh
in the
my
day
God,
on the
about how
pod?
like play and all that.
We're
I
like,
actually
boy,
did play it.
fucking,
I did play it, and I actually was.
bro,
And
you don't
I was
you don't
really
have a son, bro, so you don't understand.
listen. You never understand, right? You don't have a kid. You don't know what a kid's like, so you can't play it. It's just I actually played it, and it's actually a really good game. I ain't gonna lie
Well, dude,
on
listen,
PC,
I
but
started to get so bored and unenthused of that game that I got like 5% away from being finished, and I still didn't finish it.
that's like me with games that like some friends like tell me you should try out. Like Cyberpunk at the beginning, I couldn't. I think like I got to a point where I was like after some of the main missions, and I'm like, this is boring as fuck. I'm tired. I'm not doing this.
Man, this glare, this
But
white screen's too much. I might pull this sucker down.
the thing is like, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Cyberpunk's a great fun game. I think it's just I sometimes I read the cover of a book too much, and then. But I mean, moving on to the next thing. I mean, Sonic Frontiers is a fucking
Oh, Chad dipped out.
yeah, Chad dipped. I don't know why. He probably got to irritate my rant.
Okay, so hold on. You were saying something about Sonic Frontiers.
Sonic Frontier. I mean, Sonic has a cult following at this point, where there's like a whole like fandom. People are just crazy about him. I mean, like TV shows and all that shit. Like people enjoy that, you know. And to me, I don't give a shit. I guess it's nothing special to me. Sonic and I don't really have like a really big connection to Sonic. Honestly, my connection is more of like Ratchet and Clank and like Sora from Kingdom Hearts and just those types of stuff. Crash Bandicoot, Spyro's the biggest one. Spyro,
I'm trying to find a better list.
yeah. Some like, I mean, like I'll be honest with you, Cyberpunk came out with an anime
Here we
recently
go.
called Edge Runners, and I mean that. But here's the thing, like it portrayed Cyberpunk so good that I actually went back and I finished the game yesterday. First playthrough, I finished it. 69 hours, 24 minutes. Like, first fucking playthrough. Because I said, I'm going to do all the side stuff too. So I went through all the side stuff. Went through. Did all the gigs. Then the Badlands. What ending did you get, dude?
Say that again.
What ending did you get in Cyberpunk?
What? And dude, I can't even remember.
Oh,
I
so
finished
long.
the game and forgot about it.
I just
Like,
finished
because
it.
that was another game that was like shit at launch, dude.
Oh no, absolutely, and they just made it better. The thing, like, and I mean, I'll say they made it better. It's just
Yeah, I started playing it. The revised version of it. The problem is, I already played it so much in the beginning
with all the bugs and shit.
with all the bugs, and I just was like, yeah, I'm over this now.
Oh yeah, and it's just. I mean, I got the ending. Spoiler to all that. But I went with the Aldecados element. So I had my backstory was a corpo, and I ended up being a nomad with the Aldecados because I went with Pan Am, and Johnny sacrificed himself for my character. But my character's still gonna die. I mean, I like the thing is, I don't know. It's a good game. I don't really have much to say about it. I guess it's just something interesting. I'll look through my Steam library, see what I can actually talk about here too, because I have a fuck ton of shit.
Okay, so here I got some games up here. Have you seen Atomic Heart? It looks interesting.
Atomic Heart. Oh, the fucking like Russian thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw that looks cool. See like shit like that is cool as fuck to me.
It's like a
Because
first-person shooter with like a little bit of RPG stuff going on.
yeah, but not only that, it's the creepy factor of you're essentially the only person and you're in an abandoned circus with robotic attractions that are trying to kill you.
Yeah, it's like a dystopian Altered
Yeah,
universe,
in
Soviet
fucking Russia.
Yeah, it looks
In
sweet.
Russia, you know, fucking Chernobyl, hey,
Hey,
Suki Brit.
what does that
That's
mean?
fucking, yeah, bitch. Mm, I
What do
think.
you know about Avowed?
Of what?
Obsidian's new IP called Avowed. It's supposed to be
Never.
a first-person RPG set in a fantasy-inspired world called Eora. It says in it you play as an unknown hero who wields a sword and casts magic spells, uses some really cool-looking hand gestures. Sounds corny as fuck.
I gotta
It's not
lie.
surprised to
When I
see
heard when
fucking.
I heard hand gestures, I thought you said hand job for a second. What?
It's not surprised to see Obsidian racing to make another RPG when you consider their bread and butter. Bless you, babe. Fallout New Vegas, KOTOR 2, Pills of Eternity, the list goes on and on. Yeah, I mean, I like everything Obsidian's made. I mean, I'll probably check Avowed out.
Oh no, they've really done good work. Obsidian's really good with it.
Here's a game I've never played. I never played the Fable games. Dante loves the Fable games. And there's a new Fable game coming out. It's just called Fable. It says, while it may not be the long-rumored Fable 4 sequel we had in mind, a new Fable game is confirmed to be in development at Playground Games, best known for Forza Horizon. Intended to be a reboot for the series, Fable will retain the spirit of the original trilogy, which saw players engage in magical creatures throughout fantasy-inspired locales. Other than a cinematic revealed trailer, we don't have much to go off of in terms of gameplay or even story. The game is still a long way off, but we're expected to launch Xbox Series X, PC, and Xbox Game Pass.
So let me tell you a funny story about that, right? So that was like one of the first games that came out on Xbox for free because they started doing this like free thing, you know, because back in the day, PS Plus had like you pay monthly and you got a free game, you know, because again, back in the day, didn't have to play online, but now they do. The thing is, Xbox, you always had to play for Xbox Live. And then they decided to do that. And Fable was like one of the first games that came out because I had a friend tell me, hey, it's free. I'm like, okay. So what I did was I fucking played through it and I would go through it and I would be like, you know, nicest guy ever, nice guy. I would take over the throne and I'd be the biggest dick ever. I would overly
Wait, so you just take
everybody.
everything over in Fable?
Pretty much, yeah. You become king, and then you just
What?
yeah, you become king. I mean, spoiler alert. Ooh,
Big King Dick?
absolutely. You have like a big fucking thing of gold.
Tell me that when you took everything over in Fable, you just had a harem of prostitutes. Tell me you just had hoes like rubbing your feet all the time.
I divorced at least like 5 times.
Because I feel like in real life, you would have a harem.
Oh god. We don't talk about that yet.
You'd have a harem for women that like to do things.
To do things.
Yeah, oh, that shit was fucking funny.
Christ.
Yeah, so there's Fable. Let's see what else is on here. I mean, we haven't seen much of Fable yet.
Fable, again, it's one of those games, it's fun.
I seen this game Redfall from Arcane, but like I'm kind of getting bored with like Arcane style of it's the same it's every Arcane game is Dishonored. It's just a different story and a different coat of paint.
I've never played it, honestly.
Okay, so the original Dishonored is awesome.
Oh yeah, that's a great game.
Right, but like they made the second one, then they made Prey, which was similar to that. Prey was a good game.
Good. I liked it. It's just I got lost.
Then they made Deathloop that didn't look all that great to me. They have
I
this game called
haven't.
Redfall.
I haven't played it.
It says players will be able to choose their character from a diverse cast of unique abilities before setting off to liberate a small town of Redfall, Massachusetts from vampires.
Oh wait, that one.
Hey, listen. Little fun fact. I'm a sucker for vampires. I actually like vampires. I think vampires are cool. Considering Arcane also is primarily single-player focused affairs, it'll be interesting to see how they approach this co-op shooter in a post-Left 4 Dead world.
So here's the thing, right? The thing is, so I saw the trailer, and the fucking witch lady, like, what she did, I don't know, it was crazy as fuck. So she, like, threw her gun up, she, like, held it midair, like, put the clip in, and then cocked it, and then had it come back to her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it was some weird, like, I love when they integrate magic with guns. I am a huge fucking sucker with that shit, you know? That is like
Big Kyle wants to cast a spell and drop shells.
Listen, I want to, if I could have a goddamn nuke attached to my gun, right? I'd fucking do it. And if I could do that same thing with a fireball and put it in my magazine, I'd fucking do it too.
That's funny. So, you know what that reminds me of?
What?
Did you ever remember Fallout where you get the power fists?
Oh, fuck.
And they made a bunch of different ones. Like they made the power fist. Then you got the power fist that has like it's like the Death Claw power fist.
Yeah.
Then you get the one that has like the rebarb in it. So you fucking hit dudes with rebarb. But the best one, and it makes no fucking sense, which is why I loved using it. There was a power fist that was like an exploding power fist. And you'd hit dudes with it, and it had like grenades dangling from it, like a charm of grenades, like a charm bracelet.
And you would fucking hurt you.
You would just go boom and hit dudes, and they would blow up, but you would somehow not take any damage.
They would just vaporize, essentially.
Dude, it was fucking funny, and I remember when I got that, dude. I just started fucking like walking up to people, like bad guys, and be like, "Well, you want something?" Boom, and hit them. They just start exploding.
Damn, that just.
But the idea of
Wednesday.
Yeah. Well, remember the gun in like one of the original Saints Row games that shot sharks at people?
Oh yeah.
Remember that? It was this like a
dubstep gun? Like that shit.
It was like a fucking handle and it just like a fucking like a circle on it, and you would aim it at people, and fucking it would go and a shark would shoot out at them.
So that funny thing we talk about guns. One of my favorite game series was Ratchet and Clank that involved firearms.
I like Ratchet and Clank. Ratchet
and Clank. They had a series where it was the game I would kill to play. If I've debated on just getting a PS3 to play it, but I never like had the time nor like the way of playing it because I don't have a TV that like I can really play. I have a monitor. I have 3 monitors in my room. I have a computer. I don't really have a TV. You know, I don't really need one. So the thing is, I said to myself, you know, I've watched so many videos of it because here's the thing, like with that game, they have some of the most creative guns out there. Like they have guns where like you shoot out like this portal and the fucking like Eldritch God of Cthulhu comes out and just yoinks people and eats them or whatever. Fucking, you know, they have like shit like they have turrets or whatever, grenades. The one that I would love to play is Crack in Time because they have this whole system where you can customize your whole like a gauntlet, a gun, and anything. Like you have customizable parts. You can customize it, and shit got crazy, dude. Shit got crazy. I mean, like
shit got what? What was the first thing you wanted to say? Shit got
bonkers.
Bonkers. Okay, I thought you were gonna say bombastic or something like that.
It's fucking yeah, dude. It's crazy. I would love to see that game come to PC. Honest to God, I would love it.
We'll see what else we got here. We'll save that one. Atomic Heart, Street Fighter 6, no one cares. Metal Slug Tactics.
I will say Mortal Kombat.
Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom, May 2023. Each day brings us one step closer to the release date of Nintendo's follow-up to the unforgettable adventure of the Breath of the Wild, which I have not played yet. Heard it's amazing.
I can't.
I don't have a
Nintendo. Banned from Nintendo. I'm banned from Nintendo, honestly.
Officially titled The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. The sequel Link the sequel what'd you say?
Tears of these nuts, bro.
Tears of these nuts. Link exploring both land, sky portions of Hyrule with new powers. This includes expanding object stasis, manipulation, and teleportation abilities that should make traversal even more delightful. At one point in the trailer, you could see Link riding on a stone bird and skydiving down to a now familiar Hyrule open world. Did you play Breath of the Wild?
Fuck no. Never.
No? Are you really banned from Nintendo?
Yeah, I am.
How? Explain that.
Oh, God. So it was kind of a situation.
Explain it. Yeah, come on. Tell the people. Tell the people how much of a bad dude you are.
I am probably the worst dude you'll ever meet. If you ever meet me in the streets, please punch me square in the face. I would appreciate that. That's how bad of a dude I am. Now, the thing is, I
can't wait to hear this.
So I buy games from G2A. It's a key reseller, you know? Now, you can buy things on Steam cheaper than fucking normal. Because, I mean, I was going to buy, like a $60 game on Steam is like 40 or 30 bucks there. Because Steam doesn't change their prices because of, like, the market. G2A does. Now, sometimes these keys aren't acquired legally. Now, am I saying the ones I bought are legal? Yes. Normally the ones from Steam, G2A takes shit like that very seriously, and they try to make sure that if anyone's caught selling like illegal keys or like stolen or fraud keys, they would just get rid of them. That's what they did. So, I got an email from Nintendo saying you've been permanently banned. And I called their help. I'm like, why am I banned? They're like, well, the games that you got, Luigi's Mansion 2 and Mario Odyssey, was flagged. I'm like, why? Because they've been flagged for fraud.
Oh, no.
So, some dude that I bought them from, straight up, told them, like, he stole credit card information, he bought them, and they reimbursed them. I bought them, not knowing, because they're the cheapest, not knowing what it is. Well, I knew what it was, I knew it was cheap, but I thought it was okay, because I'm like, it's a game, it's a key, I've done stuff for Steam all the time, it's never got me in trouble, right? I did it. Yeah. I got banned.
Wait, hold on. So they banned you forever?
Yeah, I'm the perma banned. Can
never
go back.
How does that work? Like, you're not allowed to play Nintendo products?
So, my email associated to it can never play accounts, but the other email I made for it can.
Okay, so you can get on it with a different email and play.
Yeah. I can, like,
it doesn't know your social security number or anything like that?
No, fuck no. No, they don't do that.
Okay.
Dude, they don't do that. No, it's...
So technically you're not banned. That email, you got banned on that email.
The email I put in for all the account, like my Pokemon stuff, gone. Because I got a game from my friend Alex, because, I tried it out, I got a Switch. And, it was pretty fun. Then I got banned. I'm like, well, fantastic. So I just made another email.
I'm either naming this episode Key to the City or Skeleton Keys.
I like Keys to the City. I don't know why.
Keys to the City?
Keys to the City, baby!
That's fucking funny. No, that's a crazy story. That's wild.
And the thing is, it's funny is this. So I was on the call with the manager. His name was Owen. And, and so I'm
Owen,
like,
you motherfucker.
No, I said, it said, so what's going on, Owen? what's going on?
Hey, Owen, what's going on here? We're trying to get to the bottom of business.
I'm trying to figure out what's going on. He's like, oh, yeah, it's been flagged. I'm like,
hey, fuck you guys, it's been flagged.
Well,
right?
So here's the thing, right? So this is what he said to me. If I can provide proof of getting a refund from, so the people who actually got the money stolen from them, right? Essentially, like, I need, I guess, like a receipt or some shit where I got it from, whoever sold it to me. I don't remember 100% where it was. But I couldn't get the information because, again, you know what happened? The guy dead dropped the account that he sold me it from.
Oh.
That's what they did. They will dead drop it. And I went and talked to G2A. I'm like, is there any way I can get this information? He's like, no. We can't really do that. We are a facilitator of sales. We cannot really interfere with them. What we will do is we will remove the seller because, again, it's against our TOS for selling stuff like that. So thank you for letting us know. So,
yeah, that's fucking wild.
Yeah, so my main
You're fucking out here, dude. Out here buying illegal keys and shit, dude. I never wicked got into that stuff. Like,
it's weird. So I guess, like, to say it in perspective, it's a better deal. But if you're buying things from Steam don't give a shit. They don't give a shit. As long as you have a code, they don't give a fuck. As long as, like, you have a code that says you own this, okay, they don't care. It's a retail key. But if you were to go to Nintendo and you give them a key, they're like, where the fuck you get this from, buddy? Where'd you get this from, huh?
Right. Oh, that's crazy.
I think you're doing some little funky shit.
So you never played Breath of the Wild?
Nope, never fucking played it.
I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's the greatest game that's ever been created.
I've seen gameplay, but I've never played it, nor do I think I ever will play it. I guess I'm not a really big Nintendo fan. I like Mario.
I haven't been a Nintendo guy since I was a kid.
Listen, I like Silent Hill. I like Resident Evil.
Yo, Silent Hill 2. Hoo-wee, dude, now we're talking.
Did you know they're coming? Did you hear that they're coming out with a bunch of shit for Silent Hill, right?
Yeah, I heard. I heard Kojima's back in the fold.
Thank fuck, because that series was going nowhere without him. Like, dead ass.
I mean,
like, again, like, there's good writers out there, but the thing is, Kojima is Silent Hill.
I mean,
I mean,
if they wanted to go really hard and do it the right way, they wouldn't even make a new Silent Hill. They would remake Silent Hill 2.
they are.
I was going to say, don't change it. Just
No, they
modern day graphics. Are they
they're-
really?
they're remaking it. They're remaking Dead. They're making Silent Hill 2. They're making a movie, and they're making. But they're also making like two new games from what I saw. I don't know. I don't remember the whole thing. But the thing is, Silent Hill 2 is getting remake. There's a whole new Silent Hill set in 1960s Japan or China or whatever. And then there's another one that's coming out called Shadow Valley or something. I don't remember 100% what the name was. But I'm excited for that because I love horror. The thing is, so I actually like horror games.
Yeah, they're alright.
I like psychological horrors.
Yeah, me too.
Speaking of that.
Speaking of that, sorry to cut you off. Did you see the trailer for Outlast Trials?
I did not.
Dude, it's fucking scary.
So because you're like,
dude,
Outlast?
It's scary as fuck, and it's like a 30-minute trailer. Someone plays the beginning of it. Dude,
I'm looking up right now.
You need to watch that shit. It's fucking scary. When you watch this person play it, it's still an Outlast game. It's got that Outlast vibe to it. I don't know if you could defend yourself. You know what I was hoping? I was hoping Outlast would like throw a little wrinkle in there after making a handful of those Outlast games and make it so like surprise the shit out of everyone and make it so you could fight in it. Because as you know with the Outlast games, you can't defend yourself. You're just taking on all this psychological horror. No, I just watched it earlier, someone playing it.
Yeah, no, there's a closed beta, but yeah, there's the opening. Yeah, GameSpot.
Dude,
I'll watch it later. I will watch it later,
dude. It's fucking scary.
The thing is, like, I've gotten wicked into like the SCP. So I'm like, I've gotten into some new things lately with the online.
Yeah,
I've gotten into.
You get some new things. What are those new things, dude?
No. I started reading some SCP stuff, so like the Secure, Contain, Protect online forum stuff.
Okay.
And I started reading the Backrooms. Actually, there's some fucking creepy videos on.
Wait, explain to me this stuff. Explain to me what you're talking about.
Oh, okay,
no, but like, explain to me what you're going, where you're doing, what is it?
So they're not games. So essentially, what the SCP files are is it's a collective of people online have a forum, and they do like SCP number 035 or whatever. It's essentially like it's like an item or a creature or something that they have like a record of. And so how the SCP Foundation work is, it's the SCP stands for Secure, Contain, Protect. They are the organization that keeps anomalies, things that aren't supposed to exist in our world, locked up and kept into a facility, or they're trying to make sure that, you know.
Hold on. Is this real in real life?
No, this ain't real. This is all fake.
Okay, so fake. It's like it's like fiction.
It's fictional. It's fictional writing.
Okay,
yes,
so
just like with the background.
I thought you were seeing like you were like fucking on the deep web somewhere or something. That's why I was confused.
Yeah. Deep web, dude. Deep web is nuts. So like, someone asked me at work how to get there, and I looked them dead in the eye. I said, "You don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that."
In a place of time where time stands still and no one is alive and no one is dead.
Well,
like some
fucking
Twilight Zone shit.
Well, the deep web is just like, I'm not gonna get into it too much here on this podcast, but essentially it is, you have to be careful where you fucking go because there's a lot of shit on there that will get you killed. Like, I ain't fuck with you. Like, so you're probably sure you're like, that doesn't make sense. So there are actual crime organizations that if you join a room, when again, the reason they use Bitcoin is because Bitcoin originally was made for an anonymous currency. That's the thing. It's an anonymous currency that you would send to people. Like if you needed a full automatic weapon, stuff like that, and you're like, I need
a brothel.
this, I need that. Yeah, like if a location, you can buy that on there.
Send me a location.
Yeah, get a location. If you don't get stabbed and it's real, then yeah. But the thing is, again, like, it's illegal. And a lot of that, and again, like, getting the information isn't bad, but the thing is, you gotta be careful, too, because if you don't have the right shit set up, I mean, it's gonna infect your computer with, like, essentially, you're gonna kill your computer. That's the thing. And what's even worse, they will track you. If you don't have a protected VPN, IP, or whatever, you will be like. So there's these things called red rooms. I'm not gonna explain.
Okay, I was happy you said that because most of the people that are on the internet or on YouTube, they're probably going to know what a red room is.
It's murder.
Right,
it's
right.
literally a murder room.
How much of that shit is truly real, though?
It's
because listen. Let me tell you
really
something. I've read some stuff in some places about what goes on in the dark web and stuff, and some of the stuff is so out there that I can't discern like what's real and what's not.
Oh yeah, and it's
like
it's
I've read some things that are fucking like gnarly, and I'm like, I can't believe human. If it is real, I can't believe human beings fucking do this shit, dude.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. You gotta think about it. Humanity. Humans are weird creatures. You understand? Like, we are the weirdest creatures in all the mammal species. You understand? Like, we look at us right now. We're talking over the internet, talking on computers. Tigers don't fucking do that. Dogs don't do that. And the main thing is that we are constantly advancing, but humans are the most complex creatures out there because the four-legged creatures, they have a simple goal: survive, fuck, breed, and sleep. That's what that's what
we're doing, baby.
Yeah. Here's the thing though. We have more. Because we have to pay to do that. We have to pay to get our lives together.
Right.
We have to pay money. We have created a currency via material, like gold or whatever, because that's what money means. And that's how we live. Like, look at where you live. You have to pay to stay there. You can't just go there with a gun and be like, it's mine now. That's not how that works. So the main thing with this is just humans with red rooms. It's just some people enjoy it because they're sick. They're sick in the head, and
so like
if it's real or not, it doesn't really matter.
It's like the basic deal behind the red rooms or whatever. In case someone watches this and doesn't know what we're talking about, if you know what you're doing and you can get to the right places on the dark web, there are secret organizations and companies that do like snuff films and have places where rich people supposedly, or anyone that can afford it, could go to like kill someone if they want to, or like do whatever they want to someone, and it's all recorded and you can watch it supposedly on the internet. Like, if you know what you're doing, you could tap into a live stream and watch some like rich aristocrat somewhere like rape and kill somebody.
It is essentially, in the most blunt terms, a red room is a highly illegal location. And again, like, and here's the thing, you can't just type it in red room and find a link. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
A lot of the links are encrypted. They're very random and they change daily. And you need to have a sign-in. You need to have an actual account, or you need to be referred. And I'm saying this.
I would love to have my cousin John on here, because like he's just like a high level like computer guy, like works, he probably wouldn't be able to talk much about a lot of stuff because he works, he's high up, he works in the chain of command out there, the fucking, the debris, but he's like a computer guy, like he runs cybersecurity. I'd like to pick. It's one thing I've never picked his brain about, on what shit's legit on the dark web, or if he's even been there or whatnot.
I guess
like the Silk Road was a real thing. That was on the dark web, right?
Oh yeah, that's real. Because that's where you bought drugs. You buy drugs from Silk Road, and there's a black market.
I would assume that if you're buying in the black market, selling drugs, you could buy or sell anything. I feel like there's got to be a service out there for anything you want, right? There's got to be an entity somewhere. Like, if you want to be gnarly, kill people, there's got to be someone out there that can provide you that service if you know where to find it.
Again, but also you need to have references. You need to, again, the main thing that comes down to it, and I'm just talking this, I guess, now that I've experienced what I've read, you need to have a connection. You can't just be some random Joe.
Some BK Randy.
Yeah, you can't do that. Go on the deep web, be like, hey, I need to do this. Because it's constantly being monitored. That's the thing. It's constantly being monitored by FBI, police, cyber stuff. In this world, in this day, like, anything can be traced back to you. Anything. when it's out there, it's out there, and you have to be careful what you put out on the internet and the main thing is sometimes you put things that you don't even know, your IP, your email, there's a
Not if
website
you
called
have NordVPN.
yep, NordVPN, our
Shout
sponsor
out,
for this,
yeah, I wish.
our
I wish I
sponsorship
had a
for
sponsor.
yeah, sponsor.
You ever see Chael Sutton's? He's like NordVPN. Why? Why NordVPN? Well, it's like I wish I had a sponsor.
NordVPN, you get, and I'm about to read your sponsorship here. You can suck your dick for you. You can watch some fucking weird shit for you. Not
He's like, it's all encrypted, and that's the beauty of it. You don't have to worry about it. NordVPN. It's so funny when he does his fucking commercial.
Do you want to watch football, but you're in the UK? But you don't want to watch that boring little white and black shit on the thing?
He's like, you pay for cell phone security, right? You always close your fridge and lock your door so no one else can get in them, right? Why won't you do that with your web browser and your information? NordVPN. It's like, that shit fucking kills me. But yeah, so take it back to what you were saying about the fiction stuff, where we started with that.
Yeah, so I guess just with the whole fictional stuff with the SCP Foundation, it's just a really cool what if thing, and this, how they test and everything. I mean, if you look up online SCP animation, I always recommend Dr. Bob. Dr. Bob has a lot of good ones. He does a lot of good animation work. But it's some of them are not creepy, but then there's some that are really fucking fucked up.
Well, I'm sure it's probably based off speculation theories of things that are real, right?
Some are, but some are just there to be fun,
Right.
But now, let's move on from that to the back rooms. You want to hear how that shit works?
Explain it to me.
So the back rooms is a sense.
It sounds dirty. The back rooms. Maybe we'll call this episode the back rooms. All right, keep going.
Oh god. So the back rooms, essentially, for anyone who doesn't know, it's a set of rooms that are infinite. Essentially, think of the real world as a game. So when you actually no clip out of a game, you go somewhere, you fall through the map, or whatever, right? Now the back rooms is essentially that endless fall in the void as a bunch of hotel back rooms. It's not like back rooms, but very liminal. To put it, it's uneasy pictures. You're traveling through it. I can't really explain. You got to look into it yourself. So
is it a proceed? It's like it's just generating uneasy photos.
It's generating uneasy photos and people
from their
taking
real
those
photos from around the world, and it's just it's just regurgitating them to you.
Well, not only that, it's here, I'm messing you. Let me show you something.
Oh, I don't want to see something too nasty, dude.
It ain't nothing too nasty.
Jesus Christ. Gotta be careful, you fucking ruin my fucking video, dude. They'll fucking flag us.
Oh, they'll fucking flag us either way, baby. But it's stuff like this. See?
No, I don't see it.
You don't see it? Are you watching the stream? Oh, I'm on the wrong picture. Whoops. Genius here, guys. Don't worry. Alright, you see this picture?
Oh, okay, so I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, just focus on the picture. Just look how uneasy it is. For me, when I see it, I see just confusion and just, I'm frozen in time. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you think of when you see it?
I just think of that. Yeah, I mean, it's an uneasy feeling because it's it just looks too normal.
Well, it makes
there's no imperfections.
You know what it does? It makes me think about two things. Well, first off, when I see the photos of those back rooms like that, I've seen them somewhere else. I think of cartwheels. I can just picture myself doing cartwheels and flipping and spinning in those empty spaces. But you know what it does to me? You know what it makes me think of when I see these back rooms? So that's funny that you're looking at this shit.
Mm-hmm.
When I've randomly seen photos of back rooms on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it makes me think of, and I don't know why.
What?
You know what creeps me out?
What?
The idea that you think about space and time and think about your place in the world, and you think about the fact that human beings have built structures that are supposed to house life and lived in experiences and stuff Then you think about the fact that there's buildings all over the world that are just basically back rooms.
It's empty.
They're empty. And that's so weird when you see it because it's like,
oh yeah,
nothing goes on here. Ever.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and
they're meant to be a place where there's energy, lived in experience, and like when I sit and really think about like an empty back room like that, there's not anything. It's like an innate feeling of like it's just a hollow feeling, and it's not hollow because there's nothing there. It represents the absence of like energy, like an emptiness philosophically, like if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's just weird to think like, yeah, there's buildings all over the place where nothing's going on, but they're still there. They have a purpose. That purpose isn't being used, but they're still there, and we made those things, and they just sit there.
Have you ever been in an empty house before?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You ever like thought about just like if you didn't take that house, you just put that in its own isolated little area, and how nothing happens. It just stays there.
Yep.
Nothing happens. It's just in that constant state. I guess it's just freaky to think about like you said, nothing goes on because in humanity, something's always happening. We're always doing something, and the idea of nothing going on, like that.
Maybe that's what creeps us out.
Yeah, it's the fact there's nothing going on.
Over the past 5 years, have had like randomly just started having like issues with like anxiety, and I notice that the only times I'm actually truly really anxious is when I'm trying to relax or I'm not doing anything at all. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, it's kind of like the whole adage, if a tree falls down in the woods, does it really make a noise?
Yeah,
well, yeah, it does,
But no one's there to tell you if it doesn't.
Yeah, it's just, those back rooms, they are weird. So you've been sitting around just looking at photos of back rooms?
No, I watch videos and people explaining them. Or there's a video series called the guy's name is Alex Fuller. It's a YouTube series that he made all in Blender and everything, and he explores it. Like, he's exploring the back rooms.
Was he the one that had, I might have started following, was he the one where, okay, so now I'm remembering, I watched a video on a back room on some dude's YouTube channel that just randomly came up on my feed.
And it had like this squiggly dude, right?
No, it was like really nice tile floors, but the back room looked like as if there's back rooms back there, but it's all, you can't see into the next set of rooms. Like, there's no lights turned on in there, but there's empty space back there. And then in the foreground where you can actually see the first set of rooms, there's like a little pool.
Oh, like a
stone pool. Yeah, the pool rooms. That's what it is.
Fuck, I hate that place.
Okay, so like, what is that about, and why are people talking about it like philosophically? Like, I can't remember what he was talking about.
Like, in my opinion, I guess, like, for me, I get, like, the reason I don't like it is the fact that the water isn't moving. Because, again, like, it gives me this anxious feeling that nothing's there. And there's, like, staircases that go down into, like, endless darkness of pools. Like, you can't tell what's going on down there.
Yeah,
like,
that's what it is.
Like, that's what freaks me out. It's like, it's the not knowing. And the thing is, humans make up their own answers. Like, they fill in the plot holes to any, like, again, if you watch a movie with a shit ton of plot holes, we're going to say, oh, yeah, there's a bunch of plot holes, but we're going to fill that in ourselves, you know? Like,
the unknown. The unknown's the biggest mystery.
Exactly. It's freaky as fuck, honestly.
Yeah, so now that makes sense. So I don't think I'm freaked out about it as much as, say, like you are or other people are.
It's because I'm a very, like, I like to prep shit. I like to have plans. So then, like,
but philosophically, I find it interesting.
Yeah.
The root idea.
Oh yeah, it's fucking crazy. It's a creepy motherfucking thing. I love it though. It's such a I love shit like that. I've been watching that just up all night watching fucking scary videos. I watch a lot of like recently I've picked up a lot of like retrospective videos that talk about like philosophy on games.
Oh yeah.
Like Silent Hill 2 is a big one.
Do you follow Dax Darrett?
No.
You gotta follow him. It's like Max Darrett or Dax Darrett. He does really good philosophical ones. And he does some really good ones on Metal Gear Solid and on Silent Hill. Dude, they're really good. I have to send you the link for that.
Yeah, send me a link for it later. Yeah.
But
No,
yeah,
but,
let's keep talking. I'm gonna find another video game to talk about.
But I guess like just I don't know. For me, what really makes me feel immersed and what makes me because when I play a game, I want to feel something. Like with Destiny, the reason like I could play for so long is I had friends. I could shoot the shit with them and that's kind of thing. But it doesn't give me a feel. It doesn't give me that
Yeah.
feeling of being like this godlike entity that I'm
Most
told I'm
gamers,
being.
to me, most gamers from a pure gaming standpoint, there's two gamers in the world, right? And then you got a small handful. I feel like us, we're kind of in between. You either have the people that treat gaming purely as fucking competition.
Mm-hmm.
And they play their fucking online sports games. They play their online shooters, and for
Or
them,
Call of Duty.
it's about.
Yeah.
And look, I like Call of Duty too. Like I'm in the middle. Like I
Their
do
fucking
love that shit.
watches.
Right? You're either a competitive gamer, or you're like a true. I think games can be an art, and you go more towards like story-driven, narrative, worlds, character building, stuff like that. I value both worlds, but most people are one way or they're like the other way.
I guess I guess like for me I'm both because I do like the online shooters. I do like being competitive and I want to get good at something, like I remember that. But when I'm like I'm at home, it's a Saturday and I'm like I want to play something that actually feels something. You know, I can do that. Like I can, like if I'm going to play a game, I'm going to look for a game that gives me that feeling of either of like ecstatic, achievement. And it's just like it's why I never liked fucking. I guess like I never liked Madden or 2K just because I always felt like again like this ain't nothing towards anybody. It's just I never felt accomplishment, you know, because it was like for me, I play a game of basketball, I play a game of football. I don't feel accomplished. I don't feel different. And I guess like when I play games like what game did I just recently play? Give me a sec. Let me pull up my actual library here. Like
You
games like
play a lot
Metal.
of you play a lot of interesting games. I'll be on my computer and I'll get a thing saying like Nova the Explorer fucking playing some random sandbox game or something. I'm like, what's he playing?
I I like to play survival games recently, and and again, it's because like I do the whole 5M thing, but I do more development work for that now.
Yo,
I'm
Big
just trying to
Kyle,
get.
we got a special guest that's gonna be popping in too.
Oh God.
It's
Oh
one of your
gosh.
favorite people.
Oh, D's nuts.
D's nuts. I wish D's would get in here. D's has never been on the podcast.
Really? Oh
And,
yeah, I
and
forgot he's been.
he lies and tries to say that I've never invited him. And you want to know something crazy?
You invite every time.
No, I've invited him a bunch. The one time I invited him and he was like, "It's a go, set up." We lost power at my house that day. If we're all ready to go to podcast, all my shit wasn't working. He's like, "Fuck."
It's a sign of God. Who
Yeah,
knows, man?
D's is the curse on the podcast, Big Daddy Diesel.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I mean,
what
I
do you
played
think about?
Tiny
I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, but what do you think about Hogwarts Legacy? I mean, that game looks from a mechanic and like a visual game looks fucking dope.
I guess like I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, man. I'm not really into that kind of stuff.
You better be careful what you say about Harry Potter around Dante.
No,
Dante put you in a fucking full Nelson, dude.
No, what I was gonna say is this, right? I guess I never really like I played a couple games, but they're like PlayStation 2, PS1 ones, and they're never like really in depth. I never really played the Legacy ones. I guess just I like Harry Potter in a story sense. I guess I just don't like it in a gaming sense. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I'm
Has
so
there been
used to the
Harry
movie.
Potter games before?
Yeah, there has been. There's been a good bit. I just don't think there's too many. And they're not interesting to me because like they're just not. The games aren't interesting. The movies, books, great, fantastic. I've never said to myself in the most logical, kind way, saying, you know what? I'm gonna play a fucking Harry Potter game tonight.
Hey, you fucking know what? The Harry Potter got Hermione, got Hagrid. They do the fucking thing and the boop boop
Hagrid
boop.
fucking died.
You
Sadly.
do the fucking Alice Expeditious thing, and then the fucking dude without the nose. Hey, fucking Harry Potter, you know?
The no-nose Norbert, you know.
Yeah, you yell the thing with the thing, and you pick your house and shit. Yeah, Harry Potter.
One of the games that I honestly like recently have so I actually got really into this one game, and the one game I really got into is fucking Sea of Thieves a while ago.
Oh, you play that? It looked interesting, man. My nose looks so fucking big.
So Sea of Thieves, right? So other than the constant Sea of Thieves nuts can fit in your mouth, you know, kind of jokes.
Oh, okay.
We do those jokes all the time, you know. Like, you know, have you heard, you know, we would always fucking again, it's the idea of we could fuck with everyone else, take their shit and sink their ships.
Yeah, wait, you could do all that in the game?
Yeah, you can fuck
That's
with
pretty gangster. That's pretty gangster.
Like, I ain't shitting you, so it would be like me and one other person on a small sloop versus this big galley. I used to be really good. I haven't fucking played in a long time. But it would be like 2v4, we'd still fucking win. Because, you know, I was fucking good at it, you know.
I tell you what, one thing I will say, we've talked about before, I've always felt like they haven't made good vampire video games.
Oh, fuck.
I feel...
You know what? You know what I am?
Vampire was actually good. Werewolves are cool too.
I'm a big fan of werewolves. I'm not gonna lie. I think werewolves are very underappreciated in the horror community.
They always make werewolves like remember the Underworld flicks? How they always make like the werewolves like the punk bitches to like the vampires.
Yeah, they always
the
make
vampires
them,
always win out.
Fiddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, like recently a game came out. I'm not gonna protect this game either way. There's a game that came out called
it's like Right or something like that. Is that what you're talking about?
No, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Earthblood. That's the fucking name of it.
I know what you're talking about.
And I played it, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it just looks like a bunch of fucking beauty assets, man. As much as I love it, it's a fun. It's one of those games that I feel like
you just get to be a werewolf and do werewolf shit.
Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't, and that's the thing. Like you get to choose, and every time I'm like, I could either go, you know, bloodthirsty and kill everyone. I'm gonna go bloodthirsty and kill everybody, dude. I ain't nice. I'm a werewolf,
dude.
I'm a werewolf, but then they have like silver bullets and shit. It's like, what the fuck?
Fucking, of course they have silver bullets, don't they?
How the fuck do you again? Silver is such an expensive material. How do you have that much fucking?
I was gonna say they don't do vampire werewolves really well. They haven't done Star Wars all that well over the years. And I don't know I got off track.
Mm-hmm.
What was I gonna say? They don't do well, or they don't do at all. Oh, that's gonna bug me now. What were we talking about before?
Horror games. We're talking about retrospectives, horror games, the feeling of shit for people. You know, having a feeling
what up, D?
Hey, what's good, bro?
What's fuck.
What's up, yo, D? What do you think about Hogwarts Legacy, dude?
Looks like dog shit.
I told Kyle, I go, you better be careful what you say about Hogwarts.
I've
Not
never
to drive over and put you in a full Nelson.
Again, I like the movies.
Talk about fucking.
I like the book.
Harry Potter.
But I would never.
I like the movies. I like the book, but the game, you can tell it's gonna drive away. It might be worth a try through. Sometimes you get blessed, and they bestow upon you the right developer and the right engineering team that has some soul into what they craft. But sometimes it's just overpowered with the agenda of the company.
Money's money, man. That's what makes the world run.
Hold on. Speaking of that, I want Dante's opinion because he knows a lot about this shit too, like you do, and I don't. Give us why you think, or however many reasons you think there is, you can lay it all out.
We'll lay what out?
What do you think it is reason, like the past probably decade, they've been, a lot of these companies have just been putting out unfinished products. So many companies put these games out, they're unfinished, and like they just expect everyone to pay $70 for them.
And some of them, I mean, I can't really speak to the...
Like Call of Duty, for example. It's not finished.
It doesn't, yeah, obviously. It was, I think I'm not sure if this is true, but as far as I know, every Call of Duty that I've played, at least every Modern Warfare I've played, it started and released with a fully active core and hardcore game mode. This is the first one that I've ever experienced that wasn't launched with, a hardcore game mode, which is just absolutely astonishing that they would think that it was perfectly necessary to do so because there are some individuals who, like myself, when I first started playing COD, that was the only game mode I played. I only played hardcore. I didn't play anything else. I was all about, one-shot kills. I didn't want to I didn't want to necessarily play the least realistic core side where you have some health and you get a whole mag dumped into your fucking dome and you're still alive. But I did bounce between that and hardcore. Hardcore was for when, realistically camo grinding,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
it was the quickest way to surely for those for the weaker weapons that are absolutely dog shit to level up, and difficult to
On
execute. Like take riot shields for example on
Oh
Modern Warfare
God.
2019.
Christ.
Modern Warfare 2019. In order to
Oh,
get
got a
your
riot shield.
so to get your Damascus camo, your mastery camo, in order for me to get it, I had to do a riot shield challenge. Just like everybody else before me who had to get the riot shield done
It, I
with
gotta ask.
Damascus.
I gotta ask. Like, is it when you get like the skins, right? Is it like a thing of just you just want to have a cool skin, or is it like a flex thing? Like you
It's
just
No, some of them are just
I
cool.
wouldn't.
The camos are sweet.
Some of them it's a combination of
Chatty.
achievement associated with the master camo. I mean, they're called master camos for a reason. It's pretty much just this. All it is, I think, is it's a way to showcase your dedication to a game. I think that's the
Mm-hmm.
best way to put it. And in that case, because every Call of Duty has had that. For example,
Yeah, it's like
the
scalping
first
someone.
the first yeah, you're just showcasing it. Yeah. So
just
like
like
I've done every master camo in every Call of Duty except for Cold War Cold War multiplayer master camos. I did not like Cold War multiplayer. Um, I think it was worse than Holocaust. It was
Yes.
pretty bad. And all I wanted to do was I wanted to get the Dark Ether camo. So it's a combination of yeah, it's really cool. Some of the camos are actually pretty legitimate. You know what I mean? Dark Ether, for example, it just looks like an enveloping, moving galaxy within the gun. And then they changed it multiple times during the Warzone 2019 phase because they couldn't make up their mind what looked best. And then they eventually reverted back to the original Dark Ether design. And that looks good. And then you had a Damascus. You had those are like the final mastery camos. And then you have the sub mastery camo, divisions, which is gold, platinum. You have gold viper for the zombies, etc. Red viper, whatever the fuck it's called. And it's more of a dedication thing, which is why for a lot of people, that's why it was necessary to, for Activision to crack down on camo hackers
So,
because the camo hacking came into play way past the half-life of 2019 Modern Warfare, and people grind for that shit. And what it is that's that it's supposed to set you apart because it's as a mastery camo. Whoever has that, they grinded every single weapon to unlock it. They had dedication for the game. They played the game a fucking lot. It's a little bit more of like an achievement thing, you know what I mean? Like for a marathon runner, you may think it's stupid, but marathon runners like live and die for like who runs the furthest, the fastest. Oh, I did a 9 mile. Oh, I did a 10 mile. Oh, I did 12 mile. Is there any real reason other than, your passion for that craft? And in this case, in video games, the passion, for the determination and the dedication to grind for a fucking camo. And then
so
having that camo is what is supposed to set you apart. So that's why a lot of people were mad about camo hackers.
right. So my thing is like, why do you think a lot of these companies, a lot even more so now, they're having issues with it? Why do you think these game developers are just given all this time to make these games and then they push out products that aren't finished? And we've been using Call of Duty as an example. There's just so much content from the things that everyone loves about the Call of Duty games. It, like you said, doesn't have hardcore mode, doesn't have barely any modes. They did the camo and the attachment grinding differently. What else did they do that was annoying? There's no barracks. There's no stats. None of that shit. They just pumped a game out that's just like hollow, and a lot of these game developers are pumping out hollow, unfinished games with no content in them. They're buggy, and everyone just spends their money on it. Why do you think they just do it now? Because they know that not more than ever now people game, and they just know that they'll put shit behind paywalls and put out unfinished products, and people will just pay for it still and deal with it. Like at some point, it's the consumer's fault just as much as it's anybody else's.
Well, yeah, I think it just has more to do with. I mean, I'll use a really simple example of you remember when Dead Space 1 first launched?
Mm-hmm.
And it was like a breath of fresh air for a lot of gamers, especially for those who were like the dude. He pretty much, I think I remember in the documentary the creator said he wanted Dead Space to be Resident Evil in space, essentially. And he's a big fan of it, and he wanted to break the mold. He had to re-engineer some things, break some rules in terms of how their engineering teams at the studio kind of developed game levels, because it was one of the first instances where, because Dead Space when it first came out, a lot of it was, if you've played Dead Space, you know that the cinematics are sort of intermingled with the gameplay itself. So the cinematics are one in one
Mm.
with the gameplay. You know what I mean? He said
Yeah.
that was a very difficult part because you could go from it was one of the, I don't know if it was the first game, but it is one of the earliest games that I know of, earliest renderings of implementing the campaign cinematic scenes with the gameplay itself. Because I don't think at any point when I played that game, I believe the only actual loading screen I ever saw playing the first Dead Space was when you save and when you load into the game when you first power it on.
Hmm.
If you
Right.
actually power that game on, there's no, you know how like how you always have like you used to have all these little loading screens, or if you entered a
Yeah,
room
yeah, yeah.
in
Fucking
another game, if you enter a room in another game or you open a door and it's loading in the next that level, it's loading in that rendered room that the engineers created. It goes to a loading screen and then boom, and then back to the mission. Well, Dead Space was a good example of they didn't want any of that to happen. They wanted it to flow. So in Dead Space, and I'm thinking as much as I can about it. I don't think there's a single fucking loading screen other than when you save the game. Like it just flows linear. It's very lateral in the way it progresses with cinematics and the game it develops very quickly. I mean, I've beaten the fucking game like 30 times. That's how quick it is to like run through. And it's not, I mean, it's not a quick game. It's quick if you played it as much as I am because you know where all the fucking necromorphs pop up. But
it's like a speed run at that point. Yeah.
yeah, if you want to play on harder, etc. But that anyway, that's besides the point. So you get it. Dead Space showed up on the scene, groundbreaking, super fucking good game. It won Game of the Year.
Yeah, clean game, plays well, launched well.
Okay, and then
Yeah.
and then Dead Space 2 came out, right? And Dead Space 2, not a lot of people were a fan because it felt a little bit more actiony. But in my experience, you guys remember like the way your character Isaac Clarke, the electrical engineer who
Yeah.
was stationed on the Ishimura, who was contracted to fix the ship before he found out this alien bacteria, etc., is on the ship. Now, if you remember, and you remember Arnold, old Arnold, the fucking Schwarzenegger in Predator.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
terrified. He's fucking like flipping the fuck out. What the fuck's killing my men? There's some shady shit going on. And then what happens when he finds out what it is? After a while, you can only be scared for so long, right?
Mm.
And then what does he do? He starts planning because he's either gonna fight this fucking monstrous alien invisible predator, or he's just gonna roll over and fucking die, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I like Dead Space too. Dead Space progresses more on the emotionally, mentally, effective side as well.
Just the degeneration of your mind of the unknown, right?
Because
And
yeah,
the
because your
claustrophobia,
character,
because you can't escape.
because the character, you're in space, obviously.
Mm.
And Dead Space 2, I thought it was just as good, if not better, because you're developing more for the character, you know. It's like you're
What about
starting to really.
three?
It's like playing God of War, right? And the first one is like, oh yeah, he's a badass. And then two, and the longer you deal with this character, and as he progresses into becoming, Kratos became the God of War, you start to develop that kind of association with him. And then by the time, God of War 4 came out, in the trailer, people hear him say, when Atreus, his son, is in the trailer, and he's like, "Father," or whatever the fuck, and
Boy.
you hear Kratos' voice, "Boy, boy, come here."
Four.
And you remember the E3 release of that trailer? People lost their shit because they made the connection, like, "Yo, that's fucking Kratos. Like, that sounds like Kratos." You know what I mean? So
And they
that,
saw him, and then they
yeah,
freaked out even
and
more.
then
And
and then they
further.
sat and then they fucking freaked out even more. And so, like, for trying to hurry up and get to the point. So for Dead Space 2, you're developing an association with this character, Isaac Clarke. Now he's dealing with dementia, like you said. He's mental deterioration because he's seen some fucked up shit, as well as
And
being affected.
PTSD as well. Like, I mean,
As I mean,
yeah.
you see some fucking aliens dissolving people because the Ishimura was the size of a city. It housed tens of thousands of people. It was a massive ship. So there was a lot of fucking dead bodies and corpses on that
No,
shit.
yeah, and a
You don't
lot of
come out
just
of that.
yeah. You don't come out there like you said normal. And the thing what's even fucked up is just like I guess like the fact with no loading screens is what makes it even freakier because you feel you become immersed in the
So
world. You know.
so yeah, okay, so before I get off track more, back to the point. So Dead Space 1, great. Dead Space 2, you're developing a likeness for Isaac Clarke. He's starting to become a badass. Because he's dealt with the necromorphs before. Except of course he has PTSD. He's fucked up, dementia, affected by the marker. And that game was excellent. Still one of my favorite games. Um,
Agree.
Third is where I get to the point that Evan was asking about. When they talked about there had been releases, Dead Space 1 was a hit, game of the year. Dead Space 2, just as fucking great of a release. I don't know if it won game of the year, but I know it did pretty fucking good. And they kept that same mechanics, cinematics integrated with the gameplay. Fucking beautiful game. I love that game. Um, Especially because it's done on a space station. So just the cinematics and just the atmosphere the game was enveloping. Dead Space 3, I think it was EA Games. They wanted to implement more multiplayer, which should have never been a thing. It should have never been a main concentration. And then they wanted to rush the release. So they started giving them deadlines. And at the big top level, similar to what you were saying about, money runs it. This was one of those situations where they saw the appeal. They saw how well multiplayer systems were doing, and they wanted to make it a way. So they gave them, a box to check, which was add multiplayer. Has to be multiplayer. Has to have this. Have to have
Yeah.
that. And it was absolutely worthless. It should have never existed. Should have never been in the game. But they put it in, and then they gave them a tighter deadline because they wanted them to release it. I think before a newer Modern Warfare came out. So for whatever reasons, they have reasons to
Kyle's talked about deadlines too with these games.
release and deadlines and everything, but some of them are just like, uh, like Kyle was saying, they have motivations in the financial side. In this case, they wanted to stick their greedy little fingers in the multiplayer universe with this game because they saw how well it did.
Again, and it's not even just that; it's the fact that they see the appeal of the art, but the problem is once you
But you're
mix
mixing
mud figures,
genres. You're
exactly,
mixing the wrong. It's like sitting
exactly.
there
It's
and
like adding peanut butter and fucking mayonnaise, you know.
you just. I mean,
It
it's
has a
just one of
taste
those
to it. It
situations.
just tastes like shit.
Yeah. So
Speaking of
you know, so
Dead Space,
that's why I think some of these companies do it. I just gave that example because that's the most because me, Dead Space is one of my favorite games. So I know enough about that topic to say that in that case, that's why that company released an unfinished game and a shitty game is because they were more motivated by money when the third Dead Space came around and essentially released a very horrible storyline that I think we'd like to admit is non-canon because it just doesn't follow a lot of the guidelines and the it just took a massive fucking left turn.
Chad, your beard's looking serious, and your hair's looking serious. By the way,
Oh my bad.
Yeah,
no, you're good.
it's just
Well, no, I was gonna say First off, Chad, have you played Dead Space at all? And then secondly, to all of you, especially because Dante's in here now, we're talking about Dead Space. Callisto Protocol is coming out from the same people. Does that look good to you guys? Have you guys seen anything on it? It looks wild.
I haven't seen a lot, honestly. I guess I just never really looked into it. I guess, like, as much as I'm into this stuff, I don't really look into it. I like to be... I guess I like the feeling of, like, oh, shit. There we go.
Good to see you. And somebody just reminded me of something. Another good series of games I like was the Assassin's Creed games.
What's up, Tits?
That was pretty good.
I really did enjoy those games. And my only regret is I didn't have enough time to play a lot of them.
Assassin's Creed?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I liked the first and second one, and then I liked the one. Obviously, everyone likes Black Flag. Oh, I'm happy you brought that up, Kyle. And you guys, or Dante brought up Assassin's Creed. That's what I was going to say earlier. Skull and Bones is coming out, and I ain't playing that shit, even though it looks gorgeous. When are they going to make a die-hard pirate game?
Have you ever
the
seen
best pirate game that's ever been made is that Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
It's an Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
That's hilarious.
It's fucking...
I've still picked it up here and there, man.
Dude.
Even Odyssey, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. No, I didn't play the Viking one.
Dude, that game was so satisfying, boarding other people's shit and just taking it over and fucking everyone up, dude.
Or they sunk and kill everyone, or
hell yeah, dude.
You know,
hey, dude, that's hilarious. The best Pirates game ever is Assassin's Creed game. That's fucking funny.
Evan,
what's up?
Have you seen the DLC from Sea of Thieves?
No, I've never even played Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, Sea of Thieves in your face.
Never played it. I heard it was entertaining though.
Wait, hold on. Say that again, Kyle.
Sea of Thieves does fit in your mouth.
You're such a fucking scumbag. But yeah, no. So like we've just been like we talked about that, but we've been going through the games too. The new Stalker game's coming out. I've never played Stalker.
I'm interested. It's like Tarkov.
I've watched people play it.
It's
he goes. Yo, Dante, you know what else
I'm playing Tarkov right now, dude. I'm playing Tarkov: Escape from Modern Warfare.
Yeah, Escape from Modern Warfare. Chad, you didn't answer my question earlier.
Yeah, you've been very quiet.
Have you played any of the Dead Space games?
No.
No. Okay. No, Dead Space 1 and 2 is
I
fucking sweet.
don't think I had a good system at that time.
Oh, okay. Those games were sweet. But yeah, what's the other game there? Well, we got to talk about it. And I don't know how much all of you's been paying attention to this because, like, I feel like all of us have different opinions on the games. I know Ethan will probably perk up when I talk about it, and Kyle will probably perk up when I talk about it. I don't know how Dante feels about it, but I'm definitely going to be a sucker for when Bethesda's next IP Starfield comes out. I want to play that. I want to play that shit. I'm fucking pumped for that shit. What? You never heard of it, Kyle?
It's dog shit. Dog shit.
He goes dog shit.
I'll definitely check it out.
Dude, dude. Listen, here's the thing. I've watched the trailers for it, and they're like just tugging on my heartstrings, dude. I'm like, if this shit sucks, I'm like, I will drive my car through the fucking front windows of fucking Bethesda's
It's fucking dude.
That fucking.
Look at 70.
Yo,
look
the
at how
scene.
76 came out.
No,
dude.
well, listen. Hold on. Anyone with
Remember
half
that shit?
stop. Hold on.
that.
Anyone with half a brain cell, watch that. The fucking it knew not to buy
Evan's
that shit.
gonna go up to Bethesda and take a shit on everybody's
Dude,
dashboard.
remember the scene in Me, Myself, and Irene where he sucks on the chick's breast? He's got the milk mustache, and then he drives his car through the fucking barbershop.
Yeah.
That's gonna be me if they fucking fuck Starfield up.
Yeah, but whose breast milk are you gonna suck?
Well, minus the breast milk. But yeah, like, dude, from what I see from Starfield, it's just crazy because there's just so much awesomeness that's come from those trailers. But yet, there's so many fucking questions. Like, obviously, it's not out yet, but it looks so buggy. There was a lot of shit that you could tell just needs to be fixed. Like, Kyle, you've never seen anything on it? Dante, remember the beginning of the trailer where he fucking shoots the first dude when he goes into that laboratory? Well, he goes into a laboratory and he, like, the guy's playing and he starts fighting these pirates. And he shoots the first dude, and the dude takes all the damage.
Oh,
And then he goes. And then eventually goes down. It's like, no, you're supposed to get hit.
I don't really remember any trailer from Starfield.
Oh, there's a gameplay trailer.
Citizen?
It's like probably 20 minutes long.
I don't know. Did you show me it?
I probably sent it to you a while back.
Was
It
I
looks
drunk?
sweet. Yeah, I don't know.
You know what that reminds me of? That
Oh yeah,
you know,
Star Citizen that your boy Aaron used to have us try to get us on.
Aaron like raved about it. He's like, it's the best fucking game out there. It's
Dude, that game was a scam, dude.
It was. You had to pay $40. You got a dumb fucking shit.
Hold on.
Wait,
$40. $40 got your tip wet in that game.
Yeah.
There were ships for like $250.
Yeah. That's
what?
Yeah.
What's it called again?
Wait. Like, you're talking about real life currency or?
Real life. Hold on. What's the game called again?
Star Citizen.
Okay, so you've seen Star Citizen, right?
Oh, shit. Yeah, that's the game that's dog shit.
Yeah, dude, that game's been in development for a while, and they've just been
in development since fucking Eisenhower was in office.
Dude, they've been stealing everyone's money. Tids, have you seen that shit? What's up, dude? Put that back up.
It's just pretty much pay to have fun.
Yeah, dude, I
saw one. I used to watch this guy. I can't remember his YouTube name, and he had this big, and it was actually a really cool ass little camera thing. It was really like it was
this ship,
badass ship. It was like a giant fucking starship, and you can like it had like everything. It had like just too much shit for me to name. It was like a legitimate like yacht, but for space. And everything was rendered and engineered into the game, and like the dude had to pay a fuck ton of money just to have it in the video game.
Hold on, let me tell you something. Aaron wanted me to play so bad back when we used to hang out in college, and he was talking to me like as if he was trying to get me.
You mean like your girl?
Yeah, but yeah, the one I cheated, the one that I left him, for you.
He left Aaron for me.
Yeah, dude, he wanted me to play that game so bad. He was like, the way he was talking to me about it was like he was like a pyramid scheme hustler trying to. He's like, well, for 40,
he's like a salesman.
Yeah, he's like, for $40 we can get you this little ship, and it comes with a robot in it. He's like, it comes with a robot in it. It's got some boosters and shit.
He's like, you do all this, like, yes, my question.
And then he's like, but hold on. For $89.99, we could get you in on this nice little quad entry spaceship, with some turrets on it.
We have a nice waterside property over here,
dude. Yeah, and then eventually he's like, "Well, if you want to get really crazy, he's like, I'm just spitballing. If you got money in the bank, he's like,
oh my God,
he's like, dude. I spent $250 on mine. He's like, I spent $250 on mine. I'm like, you spent $250 on a fucking spaceship, and he shows me this thing." It was fucking like massive and had all these perks on it and shit. And like don't get me wrong.
It looks cool.
To me, it's a scam.
They charge you.
But what they did with that game is pretty impressive. But they took everyone's money, and it ain't ever gonna be fucking finished and come out. It'll still be hollow because it's so fucking big.
It's a dying fucking cow without limbs that they have that they just have up on a fucking hammock with holes for the nipples, and they're just milking it until the fucking thing dies. You know what I mean? That's what they're doing.
I did know someone who played that I knew someone who played that fucking.
Dude, he probably spent a G bar on that game. I wouldn't be surprised.
I mean, he was very into it. He brought it up to me. He was like, "Hey, Dante, you play video games?"
Yeah.
Well, there's this game called Star Citizen.
I fucking hate when people say,
he's like, hey, if you're into that sort of thing, I'll hump your leg.
Hey, I'll give you a little kiss.
Yo, Big Eth.
So
he's messing with his shit.
So here's the thing,
Big Eth's facial hair is looking serious right now, dude. Yo, Big Eth, what do you think about Starfield?
What do I think about Starfield?
Yeah, what do you think about Starfield? Fucking Starfield. What the fuck you think about it?
Starfield, I'll probably check it out.
Check it out.
Looks like it might be worth it a little bit.
So I actually did look up.
Not Star Citizen.
the Star Citizen. Remember that. Not
Dude,
just Star Citizen.
What would you do?
Hey,
hold on. What would you do if like it actually ever got finished? It was like a good game, and all of a sudden, Aaron parlayed all the money he spent into like getting stock of like the company or some shit. He's like, yeah, I got in at a low entry of like $269.99, with my quadruple deck spaceship, and now he's like he owns shares in the company. He's like rich and shit.
Dude, so I actually looked up ship prices, right?
Oh no, tell us.
And I looked at I'm looking at prices
right now.
Yeah, I looked up prices right now. Yeah, I looked up right now. You want to hear what the most expensive one is?
Hold on.
Well, no.
Start with lower ones.
With the lower, and then work your
way up.
Okay.
Like flip the bean a little bit before.
Hold on. Hey, is there photos of those ships? Is there photos of those ships?
Yeah, they have them.
Hold on, Kyle. Pull it. Share your window for us.
I'll show you.
Share the window so we can see it.
Give me a second. Let me get the pictures up and ready to go.
Dude, it's so funny. It's fucking funny that people are spending their money on this.
They're ridiculously priced, man.
It's
we'll start
real,
off with.
Dude.
We're gonna start.
Look at my ship.
We'll do the $40 one, right?
Ship. Dude, listen. I tell you what though. It's gonna be out of popping at Starfield when we get our ships, dude. We'll be fucking loot scooting and booting out here, dude.
Mm-hmm. Drop a paycheck on a ship.
Yeah, dude. There's so much stuff that you supposedly do in that game. Like, you could build outposts to mine for materials, and you could just hire people and put them there to work, and you could, like, edit all the people and shit. You could have multiple spaceships and have crews on your spaceships of, like, NPCs that you could customize and shit. And
I just need a website with, like, actual picture links.
So all you guys got to do is click the watch stream to see what he's looking at.
So this is the Star Citizen Wikipedia page.
Oh my god!
A list of ships and vehicle prices. So we're starting off at like standalone prices, 50, 60.
Oh my god, 600! Did I just see 600?
That's weird.
You motherfucker! Yeah, it's six. It's six. No, it goes 50, 60, 65, 60, 65, 70, 125, 250. 475.
A $700. What's it called? The 82.
950.
I should message Aaron on Facebook Messenger and be like, "Hey, I went out and got me an Air 2 Hercules Starlifter." He'd be like, "Oh, what? Those things are $700." Oh, look at that.
So this is the.
Oh, isn't she pretty?
What the fuck is this? It's like a. That's a fucking
dude.
That's a
hold on. That thing's gnarly.
I saw. It's
that
like a
thing's
yacht.
gnarly, dude.
Yeah,
look at
that thing's like.
Yeah, that's the one I was mentioning. It's like a fucking yacht.
It's $950, dude.
That's like if Conor McGregor was on this game, that'd be his ship.
So this guy I was telling you about, he would get the ships and he would do
with an elegant, sleek exterior. These bellies in a space shuttle. What the fuck? What does it have? That's the thing.
Features.
Do you know how like they do like a house, like when they're selling like house property and shit? You know how they do like little promo videos? So this guy does a YouTube channel and he buys these fucking ships and on Star Citizen and he'll actually fucking
it's got a built-in fucking bar.
And it'll take the same length of an actual real house and life tour. Like of these fucking ships.
Fuck. Well,
and absolutely they look cool, but holy fuck, dude, you're like robbing the people. You're robbing the only people who are faithful to your game.
Yeah, this one's $20. That's how you start in. This is the shit that Aaron tries to sell you on. All right, this little fucking thing.
Crazy. Yeah,
$20.
Aurora ES.
Yeah, the Aurora ES. It's only 20 schmackaroonies. But schmackaroonies. But it's like the smallest thing ever, which is kind of fucking funny when you think about it. Because again, like you said, you really should. No, like deadass Evan actually send him. Yeah, I got an 890 jump. It only costs you a cool $1,000. Just to fuck with them.
Jesus Christ.
It's just so sad, man.
The glaive is $350. Oh, it's a reward. So apparently, I guess what the fuck is this? So apparently, the availability is it's either in it. What the fuck? These were for an event? So apparently, some of these were permanent.
Yeah, I'm sure the people that play on this, they like go to events like they're fucking furries or some shit. This shit's wild.
Yeah, man. Yeah, no,
C2
it's
Hercules,
like an
it's
auction.
limited.
Like they auction out the shit like it's real shit.
Oh yeah, there is a game out there where you can like,
Sold to the nerd in the Pokemon fursuit.
The glaive.
the
Oh,
glaive.
wait, was that the Cutlass Black Best?
No, this is the glaive.
The
Sounds like
glaive
a
is
dildo.
sweet. The glaive, yeah, that looks like something.
Oh, so this is the new one because apparently the old one. This is the old
glaive.
ugly ass
A
one.
lot. Why do these sound like sex toys you'd get at Spencer's Gifts?
The Cutlass Black Best in Show Edition.
The Cutlass. That's fucking funny, dude.
Oh,
Jesus
okay,
Christ.
Cutlass.
So, real quick, because I'm getting closer, we're going to be approaching in a little bit to the 3-hour mark. I guess I'll just, like, go around. I'm going to back off that. I'm going to go around to... Where's the grid? Okay. So
Give me 1 second. I'm just logging my PayPal. I'm buying the.
I'm gonna go around
now.
like, what games? We'll start with Dante. What games are you looking forward to?
Don't start with me. Start with somebody else.
Chad, you still there?
Yeah.
Is there any games that you're looking forward to coming up? I'm sure you're looking forward to Warzone. It's the only reason why I'm leveling my guns up in Call of Duty right now.
I mean, yeah, when the new one comes out, but honestly, I think it's gonna be fun just for the close proximity chat. I think that'd be funny as shit.
Oh well, that was a feature that was supposed to be promised in the game, and who knows? We probably won't have it. So
yeah, I mean, to incorporate that has to be ridiculous.
yeah,
but,
like imagine chasing someone down. You're like, you suck. I'm gonna suck your dick and all this shit. They'll be like,
Hey, yo, wait a minute here. Hey.
You're gonna say, Chad?
But honestly, no, I don't have much time for any other game. So I mean, I could have got that new Madden for free with my stupid season tickets, but I didn't see the email in time.
Oh,
so
Oof.
yeah,
well,
but then I also probably
you ain't missing anything on that. Most likely, I haven't bought it yet either.
But honestly, I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really play too many games extra on my free time, so.
All right. Well,
I just stopped looking at this point. I just like the chat because I was learning
gotcha.
from you guys.
Ethan, I know. So Ethan got in here kind of late. Like, well, what have you been playing that you like, or is there anything else on the horizon you're interested in? I mean, we were talking about Starfield. Like, there's just too much stuff in Starfield that you supposedly are going to be able to do that, like. We could do a separate like podcast talk about that shit alone. What that game's projected to supposedly be, but
right. One game I am looking forward to that's coming out fairly soon, I believe. It's February of this coming up year. I played a game called The Forest. I know, Evan,
dude, the new one's coming out.
Sons of the Forest is coming out in February.
I forgot about that.
We'll have to play that.
Guns, bro.
That'd be a fun streaming one for all of us to play together.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
I thought I played The Forest with you once.
With me?
Yeah, I thought I played it with you a couple times.
No, you guys played in the forest.
Yeah, we played in the forest. He does have a nice patch of forest behind his place.
Sure do.
It's not the only nice patch he has.
His beard's looking serious, especially his mustache. So, Sons of the Forest, what else? Anything else?
I was talking about pubic hair.
Yeah, that too.
No.
There's not really anything else that I'm looking at. I mean, I did
few and
think
far
about
between, huh?
Something just because it's another like open world game that I saw that was coming out was Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, we talked about that earlier. You better
Shut the fuck up!
you better mind your P's and Q's in here and talk around Dante about.
Be careful, man.
Be careful. He'll come over there and take you down if you talk about his boy Harry Potter sideways.
Yeah.
I
don't know.
Potter.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
just
a Voldemort fan, dude.
Game. You're a Voldemort fan? Yeah.
Voldemort.
Well, it
fan,
threw me for a loop. He was like, one night we're chilling. He's like, "Listen, man." He's like, "I know you don't like Harry Potter." He's like, "I'm telling you, bro." He's like, "Shit gets real the farther you go in that shit." He goes, "Shit goes down in Harry Potter, man." I'm like, "Word."
My headset keeps shutting off.
Kyle.
Oh God, let me put my list here. I'll find the best one.
Oh God. Kyle's like, I'm gonna be playing Terraria a lot of Terraria.
Nah, ew.
A lot of GTA 3.
He's do his Trump voice. I heard there's Terraria. I heard it's a good game. I don't know if it's gonna get good.
Gonna be coming out with another Wario.
So,
Super
honestly,
Smash Bros.
the game-
Kids play that game. I'm not sure.
So here's the game I'm actually really excited for. It's just on the dumbest shit ever. Choo Choo Charles.
Yeah, I'm leaving, dude.
Hold on.
Dante. Yeah. No, he should definitely do it. Just roll out.
So let me explain what it is.
Charles.
You ever thought of you ever seen those fucking creepy the creepy pictures of Thomas the Tank Engine of
dude, bro.
Let me finish, all right?
Let him finish. We're all gamers here.
Oh.
So essentially, what this is it's a survival while you're on a train. You're constantly moving and shit. It's like essentially the antagonist of the whole thing is a spider train named Charles, and you have to look into it because I know it's one of those underground kind of releases. But essentially, you have a train and you're trying to kill the fucking thing, but it keeps coming back. I'd say just look into it, in my opinion.
Cool.
But it's one dude who's working on it, and it's really fucking cool.
Okay, I think I do know what you're talking about.
It's a horror survival thing.
So
Again, the guy's
Charles.
Yeah.
Well, there's always a.
I don't know. There's a few games I'm looking forward to. I need to play the second Hellblade game when it comes out. Senua's Sacrifice.
Yeah, that's taken them a while.
Yeah. I just hope it comes out decent.
Well, they said that it was due to COVID and not being able to hire technicians,
Gotcha.
and their office is in Europe, and you know how Nazi Europe turned when COVID happened.
Yeah.
They were arresting people trying to go to picnics, legit fucking arrest, going to jail, arresting fucking straight up 30, 40-year-old mothers sitting having tea at a park bench. They were legit arresting the fuck out of those people because they weren't.
You got license to be out here, eh? You got a license
for that cup of tea, mate, eh? You
Um,
want to spend a little bit of time in the slammer, huh?
what was I gonna say? There's news on the Witcher front. They're making a new saga of The Witcher, so that'll be interesting. And they're remaking the first one.
They're making
I'm tight about that, dude. I can't wait.
They're making Cyberpunk 2, baby.
Oh,
let's see what other
I could give a fuck
out,
less
baby.
about Cyberpunk 2, dude.
So two things. One of two things is going to happen when Cyberpunk 2 comes out.
Mm-hmm.
The physics glitches are going to be back with a vengeance, or everybody's GPU is going to explode.
Right.
Go with the second one. I go with the second one. It's very happy.
Starfield.
Bro.
So I'm excited about the Witcher news. I'm interested to see Starfield next year. I'm interested to see if any news comes out holiday season about Elder Scrolls 6, because I'll be on that. But Senua's Sacrifice, I have to finish the first Plague Tale game because Plague Tale Requiem's coming out. That game's good.
I thought it was already out.
Yeah,
is it already out? Is it already out?
Yeah,
okay, so I got to finish the first game. I'm over halfway through.
Hurry the fuck up. Just kidding.
Did you play it?
No, I already watched videos.
Get the fuck out of here.
It really.
Dante, anything you're interested in?
Plague Tale Requiem.
I think it is out.
Yeah, no, it is out.
It came out the 18th of October.
Okay, so it is out. I'll have to snag that at some point.
It hasn't been out long then. It hasn't even been a full month since it's been out. So.
Is there any games on the horizon you're interested in all in, Dante? Warzone, anything?
Oh man, dude, I'd have to look. I'm kind of an autopilot since the new Call of Duty. You know how I am. I do a lot of Call of Duty is the main content that I focus on. So now that our newest one is here, I'm kind of just been concentrating on playing that. Master Camos. I am one gun away from getting platinum for all ARs. So I've been grinding a bit.
Oh, what you got there, dude? Oh, okay.
Right now, going through the list of things that I have saved.
Yeah, buddy.
Whoa! Yo! I want some of those. Fuck, where do you get those?
Room burst. This dude's gonna be fucking zooted.
I haven't
One
named any of them yet. I
and
gotta wait
this
for Griffin.
so this one's been out, and it's been out since September. So it's not really something, but it's something I look forward to play. I just haven't bought it yet, you know.
Hmm.
And so it's called Proteus, and
Proteus.
it's got old school Doom vibes. And what they did is it's created by a series of developers who have like a shit like I think over like 70 years of experience making first person shooter games. And they wanted to pay some serious homage to the old school Doom games. So what they did is they created the way they engineered it was they engineered it in a 3D environment and then rendered it with a shader that makes it look 8-bit pixelated but 3D at the same time. So it looks like just crazy realistic Doom. And and so hold on real quick. Let me I'll put the link in. And it's got like really crazy Doom vibes, but like it's like old school Doom if old school Doom did a lot of fucking cocaine. Like more cocaine than what they were doing.
Interesting.
And
Insert straw into asshole.
I did hear this. It's this one right here. I put that in the general chat. The link, you can take a look at it whenever you want. But it got a really good score on Metacritic. It got a lot of good handcraft information. There's level edits you can
That's
go
weird. I like that looks cool as fuck though. I like the holy shit. That's fucking cool.
but it got a lot of positive feedback. It's got like the most positive feedback that I've ever seen in a first person shooter that's based in an 8-bit. And then the other one,
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah, what the fuck? There's like a multiplayer to this too. What the fuck? Hmm.
it was I haven't like I said I haven't played it or anything, so I don't know what the fuck it's gonna do. But
Oh, you
the
can make your
only
own fucking maps too. What? I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I got really excited
that
for
does
that.
look pretty cool. You're gonna have to remind me about that.
I'm gonna make a dick map. I mean, what?
You're a dick map.
No, I'm gonna make a dick map.
No, that looks pretty
So
sweet.
so yeah, I liked the way that one looked. Like I said, it's already out. I just haven't gotten around because right now, obviously, you already know I do a lot of Call of Duty stuff. But
So
outside of that, the only other game I think I would enjoy playing is the new Hellblade, only to kind of finish the story. At this point, they've had us waiting so long for it that
Yeah.
I've lost enthusiasm. I'll still play it, but I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, it fucking, you know what I mean? I'm not gonna fucking, lose my shit. I'm not gonna go throw my asshole at the wall and explode. And like, I'm gonna play the game, and if it's good, it's good. At this point,
I
I beat
Well,
the first one. I
so
like the first one.
in closing, I wanted to see if you guys would be available in a little while from now. We'll figure out a time to do it. I would like to talk about in the future the actual state of gaming in terms of where do we think gaming's heading. Talk about the fact that I don't know how, and we'll save it for later. But like I don't know if you guys feel the way I feel. Kyle, Kyle and Ethan, you're a little bit younger than Chad and Dante and I, but sometimes I feel like gaming's starting to get a little bit stale, and we don't have to, like I'm getting bored of gaming. Kind of, we can get into it another time because it's a whole conversation for another time. I'm gonna end this here soon.
It's a horror podcast,
what I would like you guys to do is for the next episode too. I'd like to get a bunch of people in here and see like everyone to make like a list, like maybe like top 10. Top 15 favorite video games of all time, so we could actually really talk about like all-time great games and like hash out what we like about them and shit, and just actually kind of like reminisce on the old games. Because today we talked about a lot of technical stuff. Talked a lot about
Star Citizen
we talked about like
buying space side property.
So we talked about a lot of like the
ships,
we talked a lot about the
$1,000.
business side of things, the marketing side of things, the developmental side of things. But I like to get all of us on again for an episode where we actually really just talk about the games too.
Remember, everyone. Remember, to everyone listening to this, you could be a Star Citizen for only $40 to get it.
So yeah, keep it a G Real podcast. Most likely later tonight we're going to be on playing a little Call of Duty. Ethan, did you get Call of Duty yet? Are you actually going to stay up tonight, play with us, or are you going to go to bed like you're fucking 22 going on 82?
Who, me?
Yeah, you.
Ethan
and Griffin go to bed at like 8 o'clock at night like they're fucking geriatrics.
That's after their knitting lesson.
No. Hold on. Griffin goes to bed early like an old man, and he gets mad when I stay up and play video games. So
Ethan's got a great voice for podcasting. He's like, "Baby, lock them doors and turn them
Baby, lock them doors and turn the lights down low."
Oh my god.
So
I'll definitely stay up. So
all right, yeah, because a little later on, I'm gonna hop back on. I'm gonna shut this episode down. But I would love to have everyone back on again to talk about gaming if they want to. Actually talk about games. We talked about a lot of different shit today, but yeah. So Dante, got any final thoughts
about
anything?
games?
Anything you got to say? Anything you got to get off your chest? Anything you got to say?
I just think just to piggyback off of what you said about the state of gaming at the end of it all, like where I'm at now. So this new Call of Duty just came out, and that's a great example. It's quality, right? It has the production and all these things that you would expect from a AAA rated company, and but at the same time, it has no soul. Is the best way I can put it.
Yeah.
And it's very hollow. Playing it, you know what I mean? Like there's no wonder. There's no
objective. Nothing to work for.
And objective isn't the word I'm looking for, but there's no wonder and excitement for the game itself due to it minimizing everything that's made it daring and exciting to play. And that being said, the same excitement that you had when, you're Master Chief on the beaches of an alien ring, running, and you were excited to see where the next mission took you. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I can say that with Fawn. I was excited to go down under, the ocean base for the, I think it was the cartographer level. I was excited to fight the bosses. I was excited to go in that dark ass fucked up ship. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was Hammer of Dawn. When the flood took over the ship, it was crashed over. The flood took it and then used it to migrate to the sanctum thing that the alien priests were at. Those were all exciting. It made you excited to go to the next area. And all that excitement is very just absent in this game. And that's inclusive with the multiplayer. I've never been more bored. And I would like to see, maybe, hopefully we get into it a little bit more later on. But I would like to be excited. Because excitement in video games it should definitely transcend ages.
Right.
So it does, and this is a great example because you have both adults, you have older guys, and you have guys our age, and then you have young adults, and you even have teenagers that are playing this game. Just dropped $70, $100 for your Vault Edition that comes with special operators and whatever, and they're even calling it, a bag of ass. So, and I think that goes to show that the game has no soul. And so I would just the ending sort of statement being I would like to see games bring kind of some originality back and some daringness.
Yep. Chad, you got anything you want to say before we shut this shit down? I don't care what it is. You just yell "Go Bills" for all I care.
No, you guys, it was nice just jumping on and listening to you guys talk about all these different games. It's like I just haven't had time to really get in the most of them, but just hearing you guys talk about how they're played and everything and like the layouts. It definitely. I'm more curious what it's going to look like in the future because it's looking like it's more towards just monetizing money than actually making a good game as of late. But there should be a change around at one point. People are just gonna get sick and not buy the games, play the old ones at this point.
Dude, I'm starting to not buy them. Tits, what do you got?
Nothing.
You ain't got nothing?
No.
No, you know what, Kyle? Bring this fucking thing home, dude. What do you got, Kyle? What do you got for the people of the fucking free world before we shut this shit down, Kyle? What do you want to say to the gamers out there? Your PSA to these gamers out there. What do you want to let them know?
Give me a sec. I gotta clear up the. Rise up, gamers. Of too long have we been oppressed.
Yeah, here.
By the normal society.
Yeah, we want original games.
We want
stories.
For real though, like I say is, gangster old shit, I got nothing. I can still bullshit my way through if you want me to, but I think that'd be kind of a wrap,
All right, well, guess what? Keep it a G real. You already know what it is. We're gonna be streaming some fucking Call of Duty later. If you don't like it, kick fucking rocks. Bring the real games back. We're out of here.
Or eat them. Or eat your rocks. Trust me. Pretty good.